And we're live.
Whoa! Plat Chat Valorant episode 180. We're here. We aren't the people who were supposed to be here. Kurt just asked the question, what button do I press to go live? It's going to be a good episode. I'm Meiy. I'm joined by Mr. Thinking Man's Valorant, Bola, and Achilleos. And surprisingly not joined by Josh Wilkinson, who has exploded his PC. And what is going on to my left? The gates of hell have opened on the podcast, and Seth is in it.
Right, I'm figuring it out. Oh no, I'm panicking. No, I got it. There we go. It's fixed.
Okay, they're back. They're back.
Nailed it.
All right. So yeah, Josh has exploded his PC. How's everyone else going? Is everything functional for the rest of you?
Yeah, everybody else is normal humans who understand how calendars work. I mean,
how calendars work, how to construct and replace parts in a PC, or also how to just pay somebody to do it for you if you're not that confident in it. Because I, for one, I know how to build a PC, but my wire management is absolutely terrible, so I just pay a guy.
To be fair, Josh Wilkinson does live in the woods, and this is like his one source of energy that he's trying to repair.
Sure.
Josh, can you hear us?
No, we're watching a stream.
We're watching a stream.
I know.
Like the Truman Show.
The crazy part is he forgot that the episode was today, so he started building his PC, and he messages us like 30 minutes before. He's like, "Oh, I'm still building my PC." So he goes live to farm clout because he's stupid.
This looks like an avant-garde like student film about a guy going through therapy. It's got the shaky cam because they don't have a steady cam rig or anything. It's like, it'll look really good. We're just gonna get real up close.
It's either that or it's found footage, and this is the last thing we saw before he walked off into the forest.
I'm about to walk into the woods. Yeah.
It is gonna be the last thing we see of him on Plat Chat because we ain't never. What is he doing?
Wait, he's doing it on a carpet? Oh my god!
It's double carpeted for extra static.
Wait. Oh, he's so doomed. The cable management is already chalked. He's gonna destroy a component with. Did it just post? I see.
It's been spinning up, and the lights have been on, but it's not.
Oh.
Also, he doesn't have the GPU in, so he's not gonna get an image display.
Yeah.
I'm not 100% certain what the issue is.
I feel like it kind of got worse. I feel like when I joined, it was just like, oh, the GPU, like it's not displaying, and then it's like we're progressively getting like,
oh, now this doesn't work. Done.
See, this is the.
I feel uncomfortable putting Beth on here because she doesn't deserve this.
No. Yeah.
She doesn't deserve this. I don't want to put her on the
Josh's
show.
fault.
Look, she signed up for it when she married.
Okay.
She knew him long enough. She knew what she was getting into.
That's the Josh Wilkinson update. But let's get the Valorant update. Seth, you had like maybe 15 minutes after you got home from Master Shanghai, and Pacific has already started straight into a super week.
Yeah. I mean, it was overall, I think a solid enough start. I mean, just right back into it. You know, it just felt like, okay, well, it felt like we didn't even stop, I guess. Shanghai's
well,
almost a blur.
You didn't.
So
stop.
It feels like we're just continuing stage one, like without any kind of breaks or anything like that. But matches so far, overall, pretty good. Wasn't sure what to expect from DRX. They look pretty damn solid. 13-0, or second one of the season, second one of the year, over Zeta Division, and then they dropped the map. And but yeah, Mako, my goat.
True.
Man can do it all. He can IGL as well, apparently.
Well, we're 10 minutes in. We already have a Mako my goat mention. But let's talk about another one of the former DRX members. We had the big news about a week ago now that Stax was no longer going to be with DRX for the first time in ages, and was instead going to come and play with Gen.G, with T1. We saw T1 play week 1. They weren't playing with him then. There are talk that it's going to be a weird 6-man roster thing, and Seth, I want to ask you again, is he the savior T1 needs?
Yes. It's hard to say. I think the big thing that we need to see is, are they actually gonna do this like 6-man roster type stuff? Because I think if that's gonna be the case, then probably not. Because I think that that's just gonna cause more issues than it solves. But if they're just gonna stick with Stax, the man was putting up some decent numbers. Like clearly, like as far as like aiming and just util is concerned, he's not skipping a beat. He is a lot more unlocked now to just focus on his own game and make sure that he's supporting his teammates. And I think that
Why,
was
was he not
very
IGLing?
evident, especially in the last map on Sunset. Like he was frying. He pulled off that ace at one point, just playing the breach. Like yeah, they don't win the map, but they were able to play Gen.G pretty close. And while I do think that Gen.G had a pretty soft start in the series, it took them a while to really find their form, just because they're probably tired. I think that Stack still did look really, really good for the team.
All right, clarify for me. Is he not IGLing? Because I thought that was kind
No,
of...
the X-Cured is
that
still
clear.
IGLing.
Okay, so X-Cured is still IGLing, and that's
So-
the end of the...
'cause Stax
the
has not wanted to
roulette
IGL.
for 2-1. Yeah, no, I understand that, but like...
Yeah,
I
I think he's doing some side calling and stuff like that. Things that we've heard is basically like he's doing a good job at like keeping everybody like level headed and like reining in Rossi a little bit when he starts getting like a little bit too hyped up. But he's also like had to like tell everybody like whoa, like slow down the comms. We're going too crazy, and my English isn't good enough for this. So he is integrating in some like mid rounding and like execute stuff. But I think big picture stuff is still from X-Grid side.
But Seth, don't you think they're just telling a little lie here to Carpe and treating him like a little child, saying, "Oh, we're gonna do a 6-man roster," and then first game, it's a 5-man roster without Carpe.
I mean, look, like I'll be honest, and I don't know if this has ever been discussed, so I will just lay it out there. But like I had heard that originally, because you remember like T1, they used to have like King on the roster and all this kind of stuff, and they were like shifting around a lot of stuff before AVL because they had King as well as Zeta on the lineup. I was told back then that Carpe was actually not going to be a player and that he was going to move into kind of like a positional coach setup and be like working on strategy and making sure that like players are doing the minute things that they need to be doing, make sure that they're focusing on the right things when it comes to executes and team fights. So this isn't shocking if he does end up on the bench. I mean, we also saw him alongside Autumn. He was the one who was doing the ban pick. So I think that he probably is going to remain rostered as a 6-man officially in case they do need the supplement for whatever case, someone gets sick, etc. But I think that he probably is going to move into... Yeah, I think that he is going to move into more of a
Yeah,
supportive
it's a
coach role.
6-man roster in that 6 men have been present on the team at one point, but not during any one match, or
Which-
in fact any
Mimi,
match.
you know what? I'm all for it. Thank you, T1, because that was
Yeah.
a little sus. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I've always been skeptical of T1 in general, but I think this is a great showing against Gen.G, who again I think, dude, I was stopping all the Plat chat guarantees last week. I was off the group trying to prevent them, or just being an idiot. But I was expecting Gen.G to actually continue to be like hot. And it's not to say that they weren't, but slow start that Seth was talking about. Yeah, there's definitely an element of them just playing the tournament, flying back from Shanghai and doing the same thing that Seth did, which is be there for 24 hours before playing your first match. Like it's not something that you expect them to be able to step up on. But T1 looked great. I think
The problem though for T1 though is that whilst I do agree that they did look much better, the thing is they should have won this game, right? They were 12-8 I think up on split map 1. They obviously won map 2. Weird choice by Gen.G, I will say as well, that T1 have shown to be good on like one map this entire year, and it's Lotus. And Gen.G thought, let's pick the one map that they've shown that they're good on against them. That makes sense. But like they should have won this game, T1. And the problem for T1 is that like they scraped into playoffs in stage 1.
Yeah,
And then obviously they made it. But like obviously we've got the combined like results. But they really can't really afford to lose any more games. What was their record? It was what? They won like 2.
5.
Yeah.
They
so
were
like,
2 and 4, I think.
yeah, so they're like 2 and 5 now. So like they have to like win out from now on. So whilst they did look better, And especially considering, like, okay, fair enough, you just lost to Gen.G, but like considering that you probably should have won this game, like you had a good chance of winning this, and you could have like been right back in it, you know, with a win that perhaps people didn't expect.
I mean, they have
Like,
3
this is a
matches
crushing
left.
loss, really.
Yeah, 3 matches left.
They're all must wins, and they also need a couple other things I think to happen to shake up the standings a little bit more, because like RRQ, Secret, like their records aren't really in too poor of a spot either. So they want to be able to secure their position. Talon is another team who, coming out of stage 1, also had a solid record. They need to be able to win out these other ones. We talked to Data a bit in the pre-match like coach interview that we have on the analyst desk, and he was very forthcoming and, you know, admitting to that, like, yeah, like if we lose this series, we are pretty much screwed. So, you know, we're gonna. I mean, you know, it's just like we have to get this win, and they weren't able to do it. And I think in any other circumstance, you would be able to brush it off and be like, you know what? Well, it's Gen.G, but because of how dire it is, that hurts them even more. But I think that if the stars align and like the other, you know, teams that are competing for playoffs, like if things start falling apart for some of those guys, and T1 is in with a shout, I think that they are in a very good spot, because I was overall quite impressed. I think that this is like a role swap up that I was very happy to see, because we saw like during the playoffs ahead of Shanghai that they were like, Saya, let's try you on like Reyna, and he had never played Reyna before somehow in a competitive game, or in a VCT game I should say, and it looked awful. And then they went, okay, let's push you back over onto the Chamber, which you used to play forever ago, and he looked like a fucking god. So
well, that is
I
my
think
next
they should
question
keep
though
doing
for you, Seth, like because of that role swap, Itsu's kind of playing somewhat full-time duelist. Do you still expect on maps like Ascent? Is Itsu going to go back to smokes there and Saya play Jet? Because I'm thinking like he looked insane, especially on Lotus on that Chamber, and I was a bit surprised on Sunset that they didn't play Chamber as well. I was kind of almost surprised that they went Sage.
Yeah, I wanted to see them continue with the Chamber, but I was still happy to, you know, of course, see stax moving over to the Breach, which makes a bit more sense. It's a bit more standard. But I think as far as Ascent is concerned, you probably do have to shift Saya back over onto the Jet, just because the times that we see people really try to change up the compositions on Ascent, it doesn't really work out too well. So I don't see them really forcing any meta changes or experimentation when it comes down to that map. I think that's where you see Izu just go back over to play.
Don't hype this narrative. I'm sick of it. I mean, people need to stop saying.
I'd be more than happy to watch him play.
We need to fucking lie to everyone though. Just if we like this is a pretty big podcast. We can push some narratives here. Let's try and change the Ascent meta from here. Don't say that stuff doesn't work. Let's push out there. And T1 are a great team, right? They lost to DFM when DFM played a weird comp on Ascent. DFM's best. Maybe let's try and convince T1. Let's fucking go crazy. We can change the meta from the outside.
Okay, what's the new comp then?
Yeah, what? Sorry, what do you
What
suggest?
comp are you
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
No. You
just
are
need to-
promoted to T1 head coach. What Ascent comp are you playing?
We're
Probably not.
We're playing
Stax on
Itsu,
Silva.
Yoru, we're playing Chamber, we're playing Breach, Yoru Breach. Go
Okay.
classic.
Perfect.
Yoru Breach
Cool.
Silva, Omen, Chamber.
The
There you
old
go.
optic comp.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah,
2021
we're-
Optic is back, baby.
Roll back the clock.
This is crazy.
I wouldn't mind seeing Izu run Yoru on Ascent.
Look, we're
I'll
already
do that.
starting. Now we're starting. This is how it starts.
It's so funny because I just watched this video of somebody making a compilation of Sliggy trying to gaslight us to stop Flat Chat guarantees. It's like 10 minutes long of him just going, Brian, please change your prediction.
Change your brand.
Here you are trying to gaslight the world into making a new Ascent metacomp.
Look, I'm trying to do the world a favor, okay? Because they won't rotate out this map for some reason, so I'm trying to help everyone out.
Sure.
DMV's just trying to spice things up in the relationship, you know? What about handcuffs? What about the Chamber? How do we do this?
What?
Like, it's different. It'll be better.
What about handcuffs?
Yeah, he's trying to spruce things up.
Okay. Moving on from that. Can we talk? I want to take a discretion for a second here to talk about how deeply annoying it is that there is nowhere that you can find on any of the websites the records of teams.
Pop off.
For people who do not know, the way the season works, it is not two distinct things. The first part was just the half of it. The format is one big round robin. You play every team once. To start, you played half the teams, the ones who weren't in your group. It's as simple as that. Now, in the second phase, your results are carrying over, and you're going to finish the round robin against the teams that you were playing. So, by that way, all of your results, all of your standings from stage 1 should still be there. And I go to VLR. I go to the Spike GG. I even go to ValorantEsports.com, and no one is showing the actual record of these teams that matters for playoffs. And it is so dumb because 1-0 means nothing here. What is PaperX's actual record? Who the fuck knows?
Who does have it? I'm pretty sure.
It's simple.
is
All you have to do
Wikipedia.
is go to every single team in the entire VCT, go to their stage 2,
Click on
look
them,
at their
work
comp,
it out.
look at their record,
Okay.
then go to stage 1.
and then count them up.
Scroll
and then
past
add it
Masters.
together.
Make sure you don't check in the Masters.
Oh,
yeah.
but click regular season first,
Oh,
and
okay, there we go.
then you
So
got
it's
it.
5-1. It's simple. So all you,
Oh, that's
all
really
you have to
simple.
do is do that 9 or how many more times?
11
But,
times
but then
per
don't,
team.
don't
11
forget though,
times.
we then have to combine the two groups for a standings.
Oh yeah.
You
of
then have to
course.
keep track of the map records in case there's a tie as well.
Yes,
Don't
You
forget.
guys know nothing. This is what I had to do for fucking 100 players in Fortnite Battle Royale lobbies while casting, keeping track of their game by game score because there's a little ticker in the bottom that says how much points they have that resets every day, even though it's the same. No, never mind. Yeah, it made me lose my mind this morning.
For now, hopefully VLR and whoever else updates it. But for now, let's go to Wikipedia.
Yeah,
Is it on
shout out to
Wikipedia?
Wikipedia for having
Shout
it
out
right.
to Liquid.
Yeah, Wikipedia
Wait,
has all the
what?
standings.
Wikipedia is always the GOAT. I'm not going to lie. Wait, can we fact check this, Kurt?
We're using Wikipedia.
Dad, is this
from
real?
now on. I was just on Wikipedia and I was confused.
I'm
America.
fairly certain that they have the entire thing.
Oh, they do.
Where do I go?
That.
Wait, Crew
Go to
and
Pacific.
Cloud9 lead overall standings in
Click
America.
Click on Pacific.
Pacific.
Wait for
the-
Yeah,
wait
just
for
scroll
the
down.
power
Just
rank.
scroll down. Just scroll.
Scroll down.
Did
I'm
you
scrolling. I'm
scroll
scrolling. I'm
down?
scrolling.
Wait, you clicked stage 1, not stage 2.
Where's stage 2?
Group stage 2. Right.
There's so much hyper. Look
wait.
how many hyperlinks there are. Control F stage. Stage 2.
Stage
Go-
2.
Go up to
All right,
the
so
top.
all websites
over
fucking
here.
suck.
Oh,
there you go.
okay.
Let's
Here we
Scroll
go.
down.
Here we go. Scroll.
Oh, keep scrolling.
Scroll.
Oh,
Alright.
this doesn't even help, though. It doesn't help.
Yes, it does. Look.
You gotta get,
How
yeah,
does
but
it
you
not
gotta
help?
get the teams to
Wait,
break. You gotta
guys.
have the different teams. the
DRX
groups.
clinched playoffs already?
Yeah.
Yes. They had all they had to do
DRX.
is beat Zeta, and then they're in playoffs because they have a 6-0 record.
Congratulations.
They're the
You're
only
You're
team
telling me
who's
they play
confirmed.
5 more matches for nothing.
Bala, don't give me this bullshit. You know how it works, son.
No,
You
not
have to
for
finish
nothing.
first or second to get the bye in the playoffs, so they still are playing for shit.
Oh,
And
they're
they're
playing to
also-
avoid the single elimination, which is
That's
a bad
important!
format
What do you mean?
anyway.
That's
no,
what-
it is important, but it's
also-
playoffs shouldn't have
They
single
also get
elimination.
championship points. They get champions points for every win. So
Champion
I think if
points aren't real.
I think if
and
they
they
win a
can't
couple
hurt me.
more, then
They
DRX are
aren't
basically
real.
just
They aren't
in.
real.
I don't believe in them. Only one team gets them.
I just can't wait till like fucking DRX,
What do you
PaperX,
think is
and
gonna,
Gen.G
we're gonna have like a
qualify.
fucking gotcha game at the end of the season, and we just whoever's name we pull out of a capsule. Congratulations, yippee! You're the 4th team.
Or
to
just
champion.
the
Well,
fourth
genuinely,
place
Seth, I don't know how this works, but this is a possibility that DRX, Gen.G, PaperX make it, and then who the fuck would do 4th on points? It would be probably some random team, whoever's done okay. But what if
You
it's like a
wouldn't know.
4-way tie? What the
It
fuck
would
do you
probably
do
be
then?
like Talon.
Oh shit!
Yeah, that's my point. But it might not be. Like, what if you have like
It's-
4 teams tied?
It's in the rules. Tim. You
We
should have looked
throw
at it.
all of the players into an arena. They fight to the
Probably got the
death,
maps or something, but that's.
and then the
right.
remaining 5 players are now
Oh,
one
the last
team.
5, a Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
For the last 5.
So it could be like 3 from Talon and 2 from like Zeta or DFM or something. So like Meiy will just play with Governor and whatnot. And we just make a 5-man core of the survivors.
Yeah, that's a really good idea, Seth. I think you should pitch that to Riot. Super cool.
People would watch.
Another team that is super
We
cool.
get record-breaking viewership.
That is fair. Another team that is super awesome and cool is Bleed Esports.
Why did you introduce them like that? Like,
They
why
are
you just
awesome
rubbing
and
it
cool.
in?
They dropped Yay, and they picked up Crazy Guy. The guy, he's just so crazy. It's insane. And they lost another game. Are they less cooked than they were before, Mr. Thinking Man, Valorant?
Slightly, I would say. Slightly less cooked than before, maybe. This Ascent game, I mean, we were talking a bit about it before. This Ascent game was certainly a
Yeah.
game of Valorant. If you want to watch, if you are like me and hate Ascent, go and fucking watch this game, because I mean, it was awful. It was awful. The
I mean,
attack
this was
side,
just Team Secret just choking.
so Team Secret go up 10-2 on their defense side, and it's like, fuck, Bleed are fucking cooked. And then don't lose a single defensive round from then, and they win 13-10. Yeah, quite the game. quite the game that we had
It's
here
so stupid.
on Ascent.
12 consecutive rounds.
Yeah. But then from there, you still saw, I think, some problems for Bleed. Like, you know, clearly they still have some issues overall. Are they better with Crazy Guy? Probably. Like, I would say they're probably a bit better, and they probably have more room to improve as well, I would say. You know, like, I think that, you know, the IGLing and the familiarity could get a bit better, but speaking of the kind of the format, like, I mean, it's GG. It's fucking over. Which is, which I will say as well, I'm surprised that more teams haven't just gone down the MIBR route of, like, we're fucking pretty much out anyway. Why not just fucking get rid of 3 players, bring in a new fucking 3 players, and if any of them are any good, we'll just keep them for next year. Like, I don't get why more teams haven't just done that, because they're pretty much fucking out anyway.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. There's like 4 teams that should be experimenting, and well, I mean, I guess this is experimentation despite it being a former roster of theirs, pretty much.
But you're not significantly changing what the team is, I feel like. And I think that's the point of, like, a lot of these rosters could probably use having a full reset. And this is an opportunity where you have you're playing 5 matches where they don't mean much at all.
Yeah, that's crazy, by the way. The statement was just made, we're not changing anything significant about this team when we just removed Yay. I'm not saying you're wrong, by the way. I'm just saying that's a fucking crazy statement to have made.
I mean, I think
2 years ago.
Sure, sure.
That's, yeah.
But it's like, you're not gonna remove, if a team is rotted, you're not gonna get the vibe reset normally by just, like, removing one guy, I feel like, and, like, actually have a chance to start anew. And I feel like, I don't know how the internals of these teams work, but I do kind of respect what MIBR is doing to have a full reset and actually try and, like, start anew and see what can happen.
I think it feels lesser just because it is Crazy Guy who's rejoined. It's not like it's a different player who hasn't played with the team before, so it's not similar to like a stack situation with T1 where they're like, we're gonna grab this guy because he just became available. We'd be stupid to not take him. Like, it's not that kind of situation. So I think it does feel lesser, but I do think that overall they did look a bit more solid. I mean, like, once they did start ramping up, I mean, you know, Secret, yeah, they choked away the map, but we were still seeing like pretty good impact from like most of the players. Like Retla had actually a really good series, and then we started seeing like Darion like finding his footing. There's literally a moment where they like replayed a round as like maybe like one of the first ones or the second one that Bleed won in the half, and they went to him on camera and he just went like, all right, I'm back, and then he just started frying for the whole rest of that map. So it seemed like it just took a while because he hasn't been playing Jet this entire time, so for him to get back into the duelist mindset, it took a while. Scary as well started ramping up because now he doesn't have the IGL responsibilities on his shoulders, so he was pulling off a lot more clutches and whatnot, and, you know, getting like 3Ks and stuff that we had been, you know, come to expect from him, given that, you know, what we were seeing from them at Ascension. I think that this is overall a positive change. I think that they did look stronger as a team, and I think that there is room to grow from here, but it is just also too late for it to, you know, mean anything.
I mean,
in the
but
grand
thinking
scheme.
about like
Still,
thinking about overall and like potentially even next year for the team, like, yeah, I think it's a marginally better, and
But don't you
potential is
think-
way higher. But not.
Don't you think with the Ascension teams, like, they're on more of a kind of, like, they've only
Yes.
got one more year, so they should be fucking, you would think of all the teams, like, the Ascension teams should be the ones that are like, fuck it, we gotta find something that fucking works now.
Yeah, but winning doesn't actually mean anything anyways for the Ascension teams. Like, it's, you know what I mean? You're just doing the best that you can to build a fandom, I guess, at this level. But it's not like winning is gonna make Riot be like, oh yeah, you can join now. It doesn't matter. It doesn't know how it works. It's just the results are just the results, and it doesn't actually change anything for you.
I do want to ask though,
Right?
because
Or am I wrong there?
I don't know. It feels like you feel like you just sucked the air out of the room, like saying,
But I
like,
mean, it's
nothing matters. Don't fucking bother. Like if you're an Ascension team, why the fuck are you even turning up? Like, just literally just slap your logo on the fucking.
Your point was that
on
they
the
need to be
walls and
trying
run
harder
away.
so that they could win and what and double ascend or some shit. Like what? Like
Well, I don't know. You win, and it's like we got a fucking trophy. Like cool, we
I
won.
know,
We won a fucking
yes.
but
thing.
they also
Maybe.
have a
Yes,
whole
but-
second year.
We
Like,
No, but that's what I'm saying. That like the Ascension teams are on a clock, so like
Sure.
you've got to like
If-
of all the teams to make changes, you would think an Ascension team would be like, let's fucking we got a deadline.
I mean, but you're also on the same. You're on a bigger risk too. Like if you make changes, then you're and they fuck you. Like,
but it's like you get like a diagnosis
get worse
that you
for
know
Bleed?
you're gonna die, and then you go and you
Not
like
really.
sell all your stocks, and you go and you jump out of a plane, and you do your bucket list. Like surely you've just got to do that. Like just full send. You have a year left. Fuck around and find out. Maybe it'll end up great.
yeah,
I mean, if they
yeah.
if they do well enough, maybe if one of the other orgs fucks up and has a scandal. If one of
Hi,
the
Josh.
other orgs fucks up and has a scandal, maybe you just get given their slot. So hey,
Yeah.
keep trying.
Yeah.
Sure. I okay, but I did want to ask though. Do we think like the vibe is going to be weird? Because I want to read the statement that was put out by Crazy Guy when he left the team initially. He said,
This was a big
hopefully
question
people
for
aren't
everybody."
too harsh on Bleed because of this decision, because this is not the management's decision. This is a translation, by the way, so it may not be wholly accurate. But there are stars who create factions and want to play their way, so I'll let them play together. I know a lot of things, including how to go on stream and play the victim. Open brackets. Implications is that one of his teammates has been playing the victim on stream. That's from whoever did the translations here. But I won't say too much, or the haters will say I'm making excuses. This isn't the same team I used to eat, sleep, and practice with anymore anyway. So I will see this as an opportunity to find my passion again, even though people see me underperform in 2 games and say I only got here because of my connections. Do we think this is like you're reminded you are but a speck in the universe, and when you come back to the team, you're going to be way better? Or is there like maybe a deeper issue with the dynamics in this?
It seemed like that definitely was a deeper issue because it didn't really stop with that like statement. Like there was plenty of other things that were happening when Crazy Guy
I know a
was
lot of
just
things.
streaming.
It's just such a great quote.
And like one of the ones that everybody was kind of like scratching their head because they said like, okay, he mentioned like star players, factions within the team. Everyone was kind of like guessing and conjecturing. None of this has been founded, but like that it was like Yay and Scary that were kind of like banding together against him or whatever. And then when they announced that he was coming back, Scary tweeted like, "Welcome back, my captain," or something. Everyone's just like, "Yo, he's got fucking blackmail on Scary. He knows some shit about him." Like, but I hope that whatever it was, it's fixed. I hope it's done. Stop. Teams need to stop having stupid.
They had like some couples therapy.
Politics and drama. Yeah, like if
That's
there
how it
was
is.
anything there, I hope that it's solved.
All right. I feel like all we can say is their season's probably cooked. Hopefully they can at least have better showings than they did at the start. Let's move on, though, to a team who I think has some higher hopes in Pacific. pAncada, who after probably a bit of a disappointing performance, I mean, not probably, a bit of a disappointing performance at Masters Shanghai, have come back and are straight back in form. They wrecked Talon in this opening match and seem to be playing like themselves.
Yep, this was, I will admit, kind of frustrating. Actually, very frustrating to see. Because all I wanted to do was bring their necks and say, "Why the fuck didn't you do any of this in Shanghai? Why weren't you playing post plants? Why were you over peaking? Why were you overheating? Why are you double swinging while you're stacked on top of each other?" This was just clean gameplay from the side of pAncada. Talon just could barely really fight back. Like they were just getting aim diffed, they were getting strat diffed, and pAncada were just playing really, really clean.
Talon are certainly not the team. When you think of teams that might upset pAncada, you think like Team Secret, they're gonna slow them down and they're gonna, control them. Like Talon are not that fucking team. Talon are gonna
Sure.
join in with pAncada. They're gonna, join in the little flinging mud fight, and they're gonna fucking lose every time, pretty much. And I kind of disagree a little bit with you there, Seth, that I thought there were still moments of where you saw like you said, they aim diff them. And I think that sometimes is the difference where like, oh, they didn't lose that fight. So you don't think of like, oh, what the fuck are you doing? But when they play against, the really good teams across the world, they will sometimes lose those fights. And then sometimes you think, what the fuck are you doing? It was still much
I feel like
better.
they weren't
don't get me
over
wrong.
challenging for it though.
Yeah, it was still better for sure. I mean, it couldn't. I mean, if it got worse, then what the fuck would go on? But
Yeah.
it was definitely better. But yeah, I just feel like pAncada in these kind of games against these kind of teams, can just fucking roll them, and like Mindfreak here, right? He just wins a 1v2. Maybe against a better team, he didn't win that 1v2, right? Like, and there's just situations and moments where pAncada can just in Pacific, I think, kind of a bit of an EDG kind of thing, I think as well. Where just like the level of competition, they're just kind of a bit above. And so, they can just kind of fucking get away with it a bit more in general, and it doesn't, and no one gives a shit because they fucking roll them, and it's like no one gives a shit until they actually lose in a big tournament.
Sure.
This is kind of a regression though for Talon, I'd say.
Yeah,
It is, and that's part of my frustration is because they had all this time to continue to develop. The last time they played against pAncada, they went, they got 0-13, and then they fought back and were able to take a map against them and everything. Whereas this one, it just wasn't even close.
Yeah, I'm actually very surprised that pAncada looked this good as fast as they did after Shanghai. I actually expected the negative momentum to kind of carry through, but not even a little bit.
Yeah.
In game.
Yeah. Before we move on, I want to basically ask the question, like, does this game give us any more faith in pAncada than what maybe would have been had coming into this stage? Or is this just, okay, expected result, they're one of, if not the best team in the region, and they rolled a worse team?
There's a little more hope. I think, last week you guys were fucking, I disagree. Last week you guys were on the fucking Doom train. Saying, I think
Only
Sideshow asked, like, oh, can pAncada win a tournament? And you guys were like, oh, no fucking way. And I was like, what the fuck are you guys talking about? Of course they can. They just need to play like they did last year.
I still agree with that, but we were very harsh on them last week. But I still agree with that. I don't think they can win a tournament. I don't think they have the mental aspect of it at this point.
I think that they can win a tournament. There you go, pAncada.
But they're also not going to prove they can win an international tournament by beating Talon at home.
No. Yes. But I think that, like Bala said kind of before, this was a bit of a surprise that they were quite sharp, I thought. They looked sharper than they did at Shanghai, basically. That is a bit of a...
They look pretty bad at Shanghai.
The thing I'm hoping for, with a different and better result, is kind of like for pAncada, that this is like their version of like DRX at Tokyo, where it just doesn't look good. They don't go far at all. And then they go in and like DRX perform like way better at champs. They looked way more like themselves. I'm hoping that Shanghai was kind of just like a Masters event where they have their stumbles, and then when we go into champs, they're going to be way more focused up and they're going to be way cleaner with their play.
Can I just ask you a quick question, Seth?
Mm-hmm.
Do you love DRX, or do you love the old DRX players? Do you still love DRX?
I love all of my children, DMV. I love Bleed, I love Talon, I love Gen.G, all equally.
Moments ago.
No, I like DRX, but obviously it hurts to not have like all of the some of the older players still there, like Stax departure. That sucked, but it's Mako's still there. I like Buzz. I'm really close with him. Man came to my wedding, so like I will always cheer for them.
Tear in my eye, breaking up.
All right. Well, Seth. I guess happy belated Father's Day to you and all of your children.
It's like we've got the fucking on that side. You've got like just happy, fun memories, and then Baller on the other side is just being like just pure negative. It's like a spectrum we've got across.
Like a #1 Pacific hater.
All right. Let's move on though. Baller, do you want to say more about pAncada?
No. I was just responding to the Pacific thing. I'm a fan now, man. They won a tournament.
Oh, here he goes.
Yeah, I'm a fan now.
They won a tournament now.
They won a tournament.
I got room on the fucking hype train. Let's go.
I'm not hopping on the hype train, but haters be gone, I guess.
All right. Well, big Pacific fan Bala. Tell me about RRQ.
Oh my God.
They beat DFM.
No, I'm just kidding. I
They
did watch
beat
this game.
DFM. They won in overtime. They won 13-9.
I don't know why I watched this game, but I did watch this game.
Okay, they beat Meiy and friends. Is that how you say
Yes.
his name?
Yeah, it's me.
Yeah.
Okay, they did it. How much do you love this one of your new children, Paul?
I mean, not to be honest. I actually think
Yeah.
DFM played better than them this game. They're just individually better. It feels like in most of these cases. DFM looked really good, to be honest. Teamplay wise, I would say,
Yes.
like structure wise, strat wise, they looked really good. Whereas RRQ, sometimes they just walk into rounds. That's kind of my feeling about that game. Yeah, I still don't know why I watched that game. I'm still scratching my head, but
yeah. This was
It was weird, but it was entertaining.
yes.
yeah, it was an entertaining little mess, I would say, overall. Like RRQ, as you say, they're just poor Meiy, man. I mean, get him some fucking aimers on that team with him, and this team could be good. Like they could actually be good. And instead, like it's just they kept getting themselves DFM into situations. I mean, I specifically remember one round. I don't remember exactly what round it was, but there was a round on Icebox where they see them all rotating to A, and DFM have 5 players there before RRQ are about to hit the site. And I literally said on my stream at the time, well, if you can't fucking win this round, you know, you've got all 5 guys there. If you can't win this round, you're not going to fucking ever win a round. And of course, like, as soon as I say it, like, 4 of them, the kill feed just goes death. Like, 4 of them lose a 1v1 and it's a 5v1 or something, like, straight away. And I'm just like, well, yeah, they're not going to fucking win, are they? If you just, there's just a certain level. I mean, Bren said it best. Get shot, you die. And that's DFM. They get shot and
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was nice to see some improvements from some of the players who'd been lacking a bit in the past, like that's Neth as well. Like these are guys who normally we aren't seeing an immense amount of impact from, and they did have some overall pretty good rounds. So that was nice. The fact that they ended up losing this map really, I think, hurt them a lot moving forward into the second map. But also for RRQ, I think this was just like first time really trying out this composition on stage. I mean, I actually don't even know. I didn't even bother to check, but like this might have been it's probably Jemkin's first ever game on Gecko, if I had to guess. So I think he was the first time he was ever playing it on stage, and yes, it was. So I think that it's gonna take some time to continue to work out the kinks for this composition. But you get the win. That's all that matters, I guess.
oh, this was a nice round. Here's a good DFM round for you.
I mean, there was actually a lot on Icebox.
Yeah,
Apart
but
from
then that whiff
then
happened.
that happened.
Yeah.
Wait, did they lose this round still? Oh, they do, don't they?
I think they
'cause I
do.
remember
Yeah, because
thinking, like,
Australia
oh,
gets a
this-
nice swing.
yeah, they lose this, and it's like you start off so well. You know, the high tide, you separate them, you get 3 kills, and then
Or is this the one where
they lose this one.
this might be the one where the Killjoy tries to pull out the shorty and kill Anthem at range, and he just can't do it, and then he's out of bullets.
Oh yeah, is that what this is? Oh my god, what a fucking
Wait,
mess
maybe
of a
not,
round.
because he's got a Vandal. I'm pretty sure he had a Guardian.
I mean, there
in
was
hand
so
when he
many
killed him.
messy rounds in this game. There was so
Yeah,
many
this
messy
was
rounds.
definitely muddy. But it was like I'm not watching good Valorant, but I am entertained. You know,
Sure. And in that
Yeah,
way,
this
it's really
not
beautiful.
that round. It's a different one.
Oh, he pulls this.
Yeah.
Tough.
Tough.
Okay. Well, we'll have a chance to talk about both these teams a little more when we do our predictions. Let's just hop right into that. And the first match for week 2, also an RRQ game. They're facing up against
I'm
Talon.
sorry to interrupt, Mimi. Do we
Yeah.
want to do predictions before power rankings or power?
Oh, yeah, we do.
It's
Yeah,
just
we
how
can
I
do
had it
that.
slotted in. It doesn't matter that much, but it's up to you guys.
I'm fine
Let's
either way.
let's do the power rankings quick. Sorry, I
Look,
misread
I've
that.
done all
No
of these
worries.
already on my own time.
Let's
and
just
Pacific,
copy
I think it's-
TMV stuff then.
Yeah, let's do
Pacific's
that.
Not too hard. Don't worry. Pacific-
It just changes
It's
homework
fine.
a little bit.
It's fine. Yeah.
I
you
did all
change it a
these
little
this
bit.
morning as well, and Pacific is the easiest, Mimi. Let's
the
fucking send
easiest?
it.
All right,
It's
let's
not
get
too
in
hard.
here. This is a speed run. Start the clock, Kurt. Pull up the
Oh,
thing.
shoot.
Oh shit!
I have to find
Let's
this.
go.
Oh, I found it. Cool. Oh,
It-
there we go.
we got I mean, we could just do it right now. Okay, perfect.
This
Okay,
is
number one,
this is what
Gen.G.
we had a while ago.
Number 1, Gen.G.
Holy
one,
shit, you
Gen.G.
guys 7 Gen.G.
What? I don't know when the last time we did this is. I
This
think
is
This
very
was this
old.
was before. This is
Yeah,
from
must have been
before the
kickoff.
season started.
Yeah, it must have been
Fucking
before
hell, look
kickoff.
at how high you had Zeta. Was Wyatt on this episode?
That was Wyatt for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
I
Oh
remember
no!
Wyatt
Wait,
put
no,
Zeta.
No,
This
no,
was-
because
we had a bunch of Pacific people on
it
this
was
episode.
me,
It was
Paper Thin,
Oh,
and
Chobra.
Chobra.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure the Zeta Cope was a lot of Paper Thin. And then the RRQ was a little bit more of a collective.
Yeah.
I mean, at least
okay.
well, it's probably
Wow,
Choba,
no.
let's be real.
I'd say Gen.G, Paper X, and
Yeah,
then
it's
I
gotta
think
be
it's
Gen.G.
DRX or
DRX.
T1.
And it's
DRX.
I think
DRX.
it's DRX for third.
Yeah.
Get
feel
Paper X
that's
second.
fine. Yeah. T1 after that probably then, or there's an
Yeah.
argument to be made for secret. I would say T1 or secret. No, DRX.
No,
DRX.
DRX 4. 3, sorry. Yeah, DRX 3. 7! DRX 3.
What?
You made me put it, just reminded me because DRX was the team that I put 7 when you went fucking mental at me when I left. We did a power
think
ranking.
it's-
Oh right.
And you
went
I
fucking
remember
mental
that.
at
That was
me.
awesome.
Okay.
It's
It was
I think
DRX.
it's
Which was
either
also base because that was
RRQ.
before champs. Anyways, yeah.
Okay.
I think it's
I
either
feel like
RRQ or
surely
Secret for
it's
fifth.
RRQ. I don't know.
I've seen a bit of Secret. My biggest concern was that like in their second series that they just played 2 days ago or yesterday, it was looking like they were gonna have a similar choke like they had versus Bleed on Ascent.
Yes.
Like they started
Yes,
letting
it
rounds
was.
just
Yes.
get the fuck away from
Who
them.
was the second
And
game? Global.
Yeah, global.
Yeah.
yeah. And
I'm-
they
I'm-
really started bleeding rounds, so that has me a
I'm
little
with
bit
you.
worried. But I will say, since we didn't really touch on Secret earlier, like Wild Oreo, I didn't know what to
Dude,
think.
he's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
fantastic.
Yeah, he has been looking absolutely cracked.
Awesome
And
name
then also 2GE we knew was like a
In fact,
solid
you've just
player,
convinced
so.
me. You're wrong. Team Secret are above RRQ.
Oh yeah, 100%. That
Okay.
wasn't
Team
even.
Yeah?
Secret are above
Were we
RRQ.
arguing
Okay.
that?
I mean, a little
I
bit.
think it's between those two for sure. For
Oh wait,
for
where's
fifth.
Talon?
I think
Um,
Talon RRQ.
Maybe.
I feel like RQ has more potential right now than Talon, to be honest. I think
This is tough. This is actually pretty tough here.
I think with the change-ups coming through, also DFM is not last place.
the bottom 4 is the bottom 4 though. Those are
Yes.
the bottom 4 in
Yes,
some
yes.
order.
But what order are they?
I think it's global
is
last.
actually
I-
difficult.
Well, this is the great thing about this because Global and Bleed play each other, and DFM and Zeta play.
Yeah.
In fact, they might call that the worst day of Valorant because I'm pretty sure it's on the same day.
Which day is
Whoever's
that
casting
again?
that day, are you casting that day?
Hang on, I'm looking.
Oh boy.
It's a national
Let me
holiday.
do a little
Guys, June
investigation.
23rd, starting at 4 a.m. Eastern time. Set your schedules.
Dude,
I'm
it's
off.
great too because it's
I'm
fucking
off that day.
the Battle of Japan and then the
I had-
Southeast Asia teams. Like,
Valdez needed to swap a day with me, and he's taking that day.
That's awesome.
oh my god.
That's a
Uh,
rough day.
watch
let's-
watch one of these games just end up being like an all-time banger. What
Probably
was
will. Probably
what
will.
was the
I-
lock-in
the-
game that we made fun of incessantly? Carmine Core versus
K-Corp FPX.
Oh,
Oh, I think it was
I mean, that was a fucking
or
That was a
or
horrible game.
Foot versus RRQ was the other one. that
yes.
everyone
yeah,
thought was
and
going to be the
Foot were
worst
like,
thing
yeah,
ever.
everyone thought Foot were gonna be dog shit, and then they were actually like pretty decent.
They were fine, and then
Yeah.
they got good.
Yeah.
I mean, also thought that RQ was going to be the worst team.
Yeah, everyone was
globally.
fucking dumping on RRQ. Yeah, it must have.
Yeah,
Been.
that was a total.
For a friendship.
But I want to put Zeta last just because I'm fucking fed up with them. Even though they're probably not last, I'm just sick of them.
I don't think that's
I think
deserved.
DFM is better than Zeta. Yeah.
I think
I'll say
Zeta
I-
beats DFM.
I personally think that I think that RQ.
But that's
goes
the
above
great thing
Talon,
about those games. They are the
but
literal hardest games to predict. Global
Yeah.
Bleed and DFM Zeta are impossible.
I would probably put. Oh, this is tough. This is genuinely tough.
I
might
think
put
Bleed.
like a-
We can agree. Bleed is not last. Bleed is not.
Yes,
I think they're at the
yeah, I
upper
don't
end of
think they are.
the 4 there.
This is so
Um,
hard.
Weirdly enough, I feel like last
Not-
is either global or Zeta.
I think it's global or Zeta. Yeah.
Do we
Put
want to
Zeta
flip a
in last.
coin?
Do it. Fucking put Zeta in last.
Oh, we
Oh,
can
I
flip a
dare
coin.
you-
no,
I
no, no,
dare
please,
you.
Please,
I
please,
dare you to
Japan.
turn
Please,
them
we
upside
love
down.
Japan.
We love Japan.
We love Japan.
Wait, but do we love Japan or India more?
We have a bigger
That's a tough
Indian.
question.
We have a bigger
Wait.
Indian audience.
Well, there you go.
Zeta is the
Global.
perfect.
worst team in the league by far. Put them 11.
We have a
put
bigger
DFM
dude.
put
We have a
DFM
bigger. Indian
then-
audience until we put Zeta last, and then all of a sudden we're getting 100,000 views of them clipping us putting Zeta Division
Good.
upside down and yelling "bald
is-
man egg."
Between all
If we
these-
put
these
DFM in
four teams,
8th,
it's
though,
almost
then they
impossible,
can't
dude.
complain that much.
Yeah, that's
That's
like
true.
fair and balanced, I think.
Yeah.
Sure.
Are
Okay,
we
send it.
happy? Okay.
We don't hate Japan,
8
we
to
just hate
11.
Zeta Division.
Sure. 8 to 11
Not
don't
me,
matter
Not
that
with that
much.
guy. Not with the guy below me. Don't know him.
Are we comfy with our like 4 through 7? Because I feel like 1 to 3, 8 to 11, that's both like pretty. Those teams are in that block. Are we comfy with
Can
the
you
middle
explain
section?
your RRQ has more potential than Talon take stuff?
I
I
just
think
think
you
that
can
they
convince
do.
me.
I think that like because they were like okay, they were like
Well, he's got
they
you
were-
there, Baller. He just
They were
thinks
gonna.
that they do.
They were testing some new stuff. They lost Flipshider, so Estrella is back into like a full IGL position, something that he hasn't done in a little while. They ran a duelist comp for the first time. Jemkin played Gecko for the first time on stage, and it was rough, but they were able to get the win. The next map, follow up, significantly cleaner from them. I think that as they continue to grind and iterate, I think that this is a team that has shown, including in like last year, that the more reps they get, the better they are going to be. And I think that they are a team that is going to make it into that's going to be in playoff contention. But also in our night market video, I already said that Talon wasn't going to playoffs, so I kind of want to back that up.
Oh my god.
No,
I don't know. I think even with like the changes coming through, like on paper, it seems really good for Talon because like Governor cracked Neon, but right now like nobody on Talon is like hitting their shots, and that's a problem because you can get full accuracy while sliding, but if you're not shooting
Yeah, but
somebody
you
while
also
you're
played
standing
Paper
still,
X
then
first
it's not
week.
going to help you.
So you're devaluing Talon just specifically off of this game a lot. This Paper X game.
Also, you think
Is
Talon
that-
won't make playoffs? They won 4 games
yeah,
already.
they're 4-1 already.
It will.
They will make playoffs. They need what?
Can
2
we
wins?
pull up the
might.
Wikipedia again
Easy.
so we can
Come on,
check
they need
in?
1 win. Oh, they're fucking in.
Yeah,
So
you-
therefore, to make us look better, put Talon 6th.
Bro, so smart.
We shall see. I mean, I'm always happy to be proven wrong. I don't know. I got a feeling in my bones.
They
that
have
RRQ 's gonna make it.
RRQ,
You just
DFM,
trying-
DRX, and Zeta. They have like 3
Oh,
teams.
they're
that
gonna
they should
fucking
beat.
win 8 games. They might get a bye.
Well,
yep.
Are you just
yeah.
trying to lean into their kink and humiliate them? You want to put them 11th? So?
Yeah, I'm actually trying to do them a solid right now. That's what it is.
Yeah, that's really kind of you, in fact.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the teams that are gonna.
I mean, you can
it's
end the
w-
show and kick these guys off the show.
Yeah, that's a good
End
idea,
the power
actually.
rankings.
Are we happy with
No.
this? I'm happy with
I'm
this.
happy with this.
I'm happy with it.
It's good enough for government work. Even
How
if some of
far
these are
off
off.
is this from yours? Forgot you're
My
in
actual
TMB.
one? Oh, I can't even. I did mine before anyone played, so.
Okay, never mind. It's
it was
Johnson.
a bit. Yeah, it was a bit different. DFM were lower for sure.
All right,
it was a
let's do our predictions and get Seth out of here.
Yeah.
Real quick
The
before
first
we do
prediction.
predictions.
Okay,
Sorry, Mimi.
you're good.
I keep interrupting you. Your predictions are going to be sideshows because of what I had to do for pre-prep and we moved stuff around. So
Okay.
you don't have to
be
argue
right
for.
back.
You just left.
He's just. Okay.
Oh, she's getting
Oh,
the
You
okay.
took the hat.
She's getting cooked. But I was gonna say
Oh,
she
she
didn't have to
gonna say
argue for sideshow, but
I
she's
mean,
becoming
I think at this
sideshow.
point she is. She's
So-
becoming.
Oh, there she is.
How are you gonna put your headphones on? What the fuck?
Hello?
Oh, we can hear you perfectly.
Sound like you're in the bucket.
Can you hear
Is this
us?
thing on?
Yeah.
Can you hear us, mystery figure?
I just fixed my PC, guys.
Okay, great. Let's do. We're doing Pacific predictions. Can you hear us?
Okay.
The first prediction is Talon versus RRQ.
Oh, you got the fucking.
Oh, the banners.
Ooh,
Hey.
of course. Well, here we go. I mean, the power. There we go. The power rankings have
I
spoken.
should have sent Talon.
You got to
Power
back up
rankings.
your thing where they're not gonna make playoffs though. So good shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
And also,
like,
thank you for avoiding the guarantee. But
I think that they're gonna. I don't know. I think that RQ is gonna have this. I wasn't super inspired with the investment, of time from Talon because they had so much time to try to like innovate and just get the players into a better position. And I felt like I was seeing some of the same stuff that we got like early doors for them like even in kickoff, you know, because I mean, first series was really good from them, and then after that, it just fell off a cliff. It felt like I was watching that again.
To be clear, next week Pacific plays on the new patch, right?
Yes, we're on the new patch. So
Okay.
obviously, like they might have just put all of their prep into the new patch and like had an afterthought about the current one because it's like, well, we only have to play one game on this and it's paper Rex. That could very well be the case. So I absolutely could be wrong, but I don't know. I feel like Arky's got it.
This will be the best Plat chat moment ever, by the way, if Sideshow joined right now and took him for the Preds. So. Unlucky.
Don't worry, I'm back.
Yeah, Talon, we just power rank them. They're better than RQ. We know this.
I would see the arguments potentially based off of like last week's form or something like that, but I just don't think that that's gonna stay the same.
Talon to me just give a vibe of a team that'll be good at Haven as well.
True.
They just have that vibe.
I don't know. I just feel like
It's based
RQ.
off
does that
fucking
mean?
nothing.
What does that mean?
Well,
What
yeah, I
does
have
it
no
mean?
idea.
It
what
means that they
means.
play fast and you know
Dude,
that their fucking
they're gonna-
flood
they're-
retakes are gonna be good. There is some
They're gonna be
analysis there
playing
behind it, but I just
into-
wanted to give the vibe first.
They're gonna be playing into like fucking Xpharaoh and Elmi Moore just holding down sites, just taking people out with sheriffs in hand.
I mean, Government's gonna be
Like,
fucking
I'll
playing
give you
Neon
this.
doing.
The last two statements make us
I'll give
feel
you
like we
this.
don't. It
If-
sounds like we don't know what the fuck we're talking about.
If Talon pivots
is
Jit
true.
Boys, if Talon pivots Jit Boys back over to like Breach on maps like Haven and whatnot, I'm in. I'm all in because Jit Boys fucking goated as hell. I think that if you clone that guy 4 times, you would have a world beater team, but they don't have a cloning machine. But if they go for the Breach, I'll be happy.
Tragic.
Just ask Avast, he'll get you one. Don't worry.
I need a cloning machine and a blood boy.
Very important, that second one. Okay. So our
Go watch the clips if you don't understand. I'm not explaining.
let's move on to our next match. This one should be the banger of the week. It's PaperX versus DRX, the two teams beside Gen.G who have been on top thus far. And oh no.
We did it. We did it.
Oh no. I don't know if I believe that PaperX is going to win, but I guess Josh Wilkinson does, so I stand by this take
Explain.
fully.
Explain yourself.
And I would say my biggest thing is that I just really love what this team has been doing thus far. They have such a unique approach to the game, and I think just the players are going to diff it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And thinking about the maps as well.
Think about the maps.
How did you do that fast? That's awesome.
It's so good at whole.
I think this is. I'm comfortable with this, but then again, I was pretty. I don't know. Now I was knocking DRX a bunch of points in their game last week because it's a new roster and I didn't expect. By the way, who the fuck did end up IGLing? I don't listen to the cast or the analyst does, so I don't.
For DRX?
Yeah.
He also, Seth literally
Mako.
told you,
I said
like,
it
at the
earlier.
beginning of the
Mako,
episode.
the
Oh,
GOAT
right.
Mako. That guy
Good.
who's played for them for a while.
It's Mako and then Bane doing like some side calling.
Good. That's what you predicted last
But
week too.
I think PaperX. I don't know. I just feel like DRX probably. This is a good test for DRX. This is a good test to see like how far actually they are. Because look, they beat Zeta Division, which means fucking nothing at this point. You know, let's be real.
I mean,
and-
13-0ing them.
I mean,
tells you
13-0ing them
something
is
off
impressive,
for the
but,
first game with the new
look, Zeta
new
Division-
IGL, new player.
I
I'm
have
playing Flow
never
for the first
seen this
time.
happen before in a pro game. They got a Gecko ult in like round 6 on their defense side in that Icebox game. They did not use it. A Gecko ult. They did not find a time in any round from like round 6 to use a Gecko ult in the entire half. They also had a
also
Killjoy
had
ult from
lockdown.
round 8 and didn't use that.
Flat,
On
yeah.
Icebox defense side, they had a Killjoy lockdown that they did not use.
Yeah, Last
How?
got 1 kill that map. It was not good. It was not a good performance.
Is it on pistol in the second half? Or was it an 0-12 half?
Yeah, it was 13-0.
It was
Like,
13-0.
No. I'm saying his score. Click attack
Oh.
or defense. Click defense.
I
I
think
think
he
he
got one.
maybe got
He got
one
one
in
on-
the. I don't
down
think,
into
yeah,
the
I don't
right
think
a
he got
little
one in the
bit.
pistol. I think
There you
he just lost in
Okay. Just checking.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. That's rough though. Anyway, yeah, back to DRX. They
It's a test for both of them, I'd say.
this is a good game to
is.
get at this point in the season, I think, to see where both these teams are. But I just think that like maybe the inexperience with Mako's IGLing, I think that might show up a little bit against like, you know.
I mean, he's played this
a good
team before though. Like he
Yeah,
knows
yeah,
he knows
but-
what to do.
Yeah, but I feel
Yeah, he
like
hasn't-
if
he
DRX are
hasn't
gonna
beat
win, I feel
them.
like Buzz needs to go crazy. I feel like Buzz needs
Buzz
to go
does
crazy.
need to go crazy, but Buzz was going crazy in that opening series. So, I mean, granted, more
Against
likely
Zeta
that Paper X are
Division,
going to be able to shoot back, but
Well,
I
our
went-
Plat Chat guarantee record this year is absolutely horrid. So
It's crumbling further with
it's
this
gonna
one.
crumble further.
I went with Paper X in this one because I knew that all of you were going to go for Paper X.
Mm.
So
Oh, there we
Do
go.
the
So you
opposite of
don't love all
Slicky.
your children.
I know that they're in the chat, so I do love you, Paper X, but
But
Mimi, you're the
What?
only one here who actually didn't believe. So I know.
No.
Yeah. So what's
I mean,
what's your
I've been-
DRX code?
My DRX cope, it's less so like a super big DRX cope, and more so that I've just been a
Anti-Paper X.
perennial Paper X hater. And I mean, I was on the podcast last week when we were railing into them because I just this team to me is so often just relying on individuals, is making so many just like mistakes when they look their best. They really look great, but I really struggle to see them show that consistently. And I think a DRX who's kind of in a honeymoon period, having a new player come in, I really like Flashback when he was showing stuff on the team earlier in the year. Obviously Mako and Buzz are always great. I think that this team had a pretty chill first series into the stage to warm up, playing against Zeta Division, and I think
Say
there's
that
a
again.
real potential for an upset for DRX, to be honest, and just kind of want to punt it because I think there's always that factor for Paper X that they just take too many risks and don't show up individually, and a solid structured team with some good players can take a win over them.
This is a strange guarantee, then, isn't it?
It's a fake ass guarantee.
It's a fake, but
So
remember,
two of you
it's
don't
I'm
believe.
Sideshow, and Sideshow believes.
Okay. Hello,
I'll
Sideshow.
make the rules. So just look at the graphics.
But it is a guarantee, and we can't change that. But this match is gonna fucking suck. Time for the real match
yeah,
of
this is-
the week:
Yeah, here we go.
Global Esports versus Bleed.
Whoa.
Look at that
Look at that
lion.
fucking lion. Look at that
Whoa.
fucking. Rawr.
Okay.
Three of
I thought
them
for
bleed?
I thought
Three
for sure
bleed.
this was going to be a guarantee, actually.
And Josh Wilkinson goes for Global Esports, which
Oh,
has been put on my face, which I do not believe.
I think it's definitely possible.
Oh, it's definitely possible.
Sure.
Like
Oh, he
Polby,
might
I will
actually
say,
pick
like,
him on
that,
via.
that last series, like Polby was actually starting to
to.
show me some stuff that like I've been wanting to see from him, which was a lot more like consistent, like opping, and he was having some really solid impact. One of the biggest issues, I should say, it's not all on him, by any means, but it was just like they choked away a couple like crucial rounds. You know, util usage was off very much at times. But I also think that those are some things that are pretty key to clean up, you know, in the span of like less than a week. So I think if Global just fixed those issues, they would have been able to play a closer series, if not take, you know, a map at least off of Secret. But I think that they could definitely get a win over Bleed if they fix that stuff.
Yeah, I don't believe in my pred. I want to change to global.
Ooh,
I'm
saving it.
changing to global.
Saving it.
I
Yeah,
don't
saving
think
it.
that there's necessarily a right choice in.
No,
Like,
we're
it
we're
could go
everyone's a
either
loser.
way.
Losing.
Yeah,
I feel like
everyone
I feel like
loses.
ultimately
Valorant
this
is a loser in this game.
This is going to be which team makes less mistakes. I think.
Aren't they all? Aren't they all?
Bro.
We need to
Okay.
zoom in on you for that shit. Some sunglasses to and like whoever makes less mistakes.
Which is, I mean, like in a way that is not.
I hope that becomes an NBA quote with your face in the Valorant. subreddit. Whoever makes the less mistakes, they're gonna win.
They're gonna win. So true. So
All right, let
real.
me rephrase it. Whoever makes 3 good decisions in game wins this series. How about that? Is that
okay.
better?
Yeah, this is gonna be an all-timer. What was the other match today? DFM
Teams-
versus.
There's a
Yeah,
lot of
Zeta.
There's a lot more matches, but
No,
oh,
not
that same
this
day.
day.
DFM versus Zeta. Yeah, that's
Yeah, that's gonna be an all-time day.
Yeah,
of
to
To
Valorant.
put them on the same day as well. I mean, you guys are cooking over in Pacific.
That's kind of base.
You know
Get
what
it
the
all out
people
of the
want.
way. You set the expectation of the day.
Like,
It's like a theme day.
one long 6-hour Band-Aid ripoff.
But I mean, if there was a chance for Global Esports, it's because they have 2 GE, and we saw him beat 2 GE
Oh,
in the
yeah.
Team Secret game.
yeah. 2G is great.
Look at the score
It's
line.
fair.
2
Well, he's
rounds
doing-
GE. The player
He's been looking
2
good.
GE.
My mind is broken. What is happening?
Did you not see the image?
I did. I understand. I understood. I understood the joke.
Yeah.
But that's.
Bo's losing it.
What do you
We
want me
need-
to say? What do you?
Yeah,
That's
thank you.
fucking crazy. That's insane.
Yeah, thank you. That's
Having
much
11
better.
Brazil. Whoa.
Did the peak of comedy, ladies and gentlemen. Jesus Christ. Team Secret T1.
can't
Play
help
the
us.
thing. Play the thing.
Hey.
And it's split 50-50. Bala and
Okay.
Josh Wilkinson have gone for Secret, and the other two have gone for T1. What's the T1 case? Big Stax believer? Your son's gonna win?
Yeah, I think that I really liked what I was seeing from T1. Versus Gen.G. I think that Saya, if he continues to just go on the maps where he can go for chamber, then that's going to be just absolutely excellent for him. I think that they have pretty decent potential in the draft as long as they just take away the sunset. Granted, they didn't play like that poor of a sunset themselves, but that's definitely the map to avoid for Secret. And I think Secret will just ban bind anyway, which T1 doesn't necessarily want to play themselves. So I feel like it's in a decent spot, at least for a first round. They probably just have to deal with like Breeze, but T1 are also fairly proficient at Breeze. So I think that they're in a good spot overall. I think
Breeze
the
isn't
Saya
in the map
player.
pool.
Oh, you're right. Jesus Christ, never mind. Haven's back in. So yeah, thank God. But so I mean, well, there you go. They don't even have to worry about playing Secret on Breeze, so it's even better.
When do you guys
Um,
switch to the duelist patch?
This
week?
this coming week.
Okay.
So yeah, and then if they can just continue to like force maps or even just force Saya onto the chamber, I think that they're going to be.
If Saya plays anything close to how he played on Lotus, it's over.
I tell
It's
you,
over.
that's just gonna be really hard to do when you have ISO in the game or Neon, and it's gonna be hard.
I could see Saya playing ISO pretty damn well.
Yeah, get fucking Saya on ISO.
No, I mean I'm not saying that he's not gonna be good on that. I'm just saying if you want to continue what you were doing last week, it's not gonna work. The same sort of thing. You know?
Well,
Chamber
see.
the chamber
I
thing.
in the chat
have
are
faith
saying
in
Haven,
Saya player.
Secret on
Maybe I
Haven.
believe
Just
in
ban the
Saya
Haven.
player.
Oh yeah, bro.
Plus
Side players
T1
could be with everybody else, hearing the ISO shield go off and being like, "Run the fuck away! This shit is crazy. I can't op him." It could be the exact same. I think Team Secret improve over the last year was the same thing. They just have a much better end of the year. Maybe I'm actually tripping on that. Anyways, I think their potential is really good. The last two games that they just played, the two series, while maybe they choked away the Ascent thing, I think overall I was very impressed with them. Despite that attack side on Ascent, I think everything else solid plans, good adjustments to plans, good reads, good mid rounds. And 2G and Oreo Cookie or whatever his name is.
Wild Oreo.
His spray is amazing.
Dude,
though.
it's insane. Wait,
Yeah.
what's the spray?
He has
It's
like
got
an,
like an
this-
in-game like cookie spray.
Yeah,
That's
that's
awesome.
amazing.
That's so cute.
Yeah.
But
Alright.
I think that Secret could win this one, but I also said that I'm never predicting them. So
Yeah, the Valorant gods will be just because if T1 lose this, then they're out, and that would be fucking shit because they're good enough not to be out already. So the Valorant gods will save us in this one. T1 are gonna win.
Well, shout out to the Valorant gods for that one.
Yeah, they
Uh,
always got our back.
That's all the matches we're going to predict for this week. So that wraps up the Pacific section. Seth, thank you so much.
no problem. Thank you for
Now we-
saving us, Mimi.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Seth.
Now we enter the danger
Seth.
zone.
We don't know what's
No.
happening. Kurt is literally going
here's
to
what
save us.
happened.
Okay.
Do you want to hear this, Seth, or do you want to go to bed?
Seth wants to know.
He wants to know. Sliggy's like, yo, do you need me? He has like prior commitments already, but he's still coming on. So he's gonna come on for EMEA, and then we're gonna swap Vans in for
Holy-
Americas.
So shout out to
Yeesh.
Vans and Sliggy for clutching up
Yeah.
and saving the episode. Okay,
Word.
but yeah, Seth, thanks so much. See you next time. Enjoy week
Bye
2.
bye.
I guess you guys
See
are.
you all on the
Is
Pacific
EMEA
stream.
playing the?
They're playing in 30
They
minutes.
start very soon. Yeah.
Are they playing new patch?
Yes.
Are they? I thought it was old
Yes.
patch for 1 week, but maybe it is.
We'll have to ask
don't know.
Sliggy, who is hopefully
Yeah.
just around the corner.
Hold
Let's
Okay.
get him
Bye,
in here.
everyone.
Bye,
Bye,
Seth.
Seth.
all right, let me
I'm
press
pretty
the
sure
button.
they
Maybe Sliggy will appear again.
Maybe
Let's
he
see.
will.
That'd be pretty sick.
I think he.
I don't think
is.
he's in the call.
Oh,
He is.
Oh,
Whoa!
Wait for
Fucking
it
tech
to load.
is crazy.
There he is.
there he
Yes!
is. We got him.
Dude, it's
Yo.
insane.
How are you
Thank you,
doing?
Sluggy. How
Horrible,
much time
to
do
be
you have,
honest.
Because-
Sluggy?
horrible. We're all doing
Um,
horrible.
If there's no delays, I got 29 minutes.
All right,
29
let's
minutes.
fucking
Okay,
go.
Speed
we are
run this
speed running.
shit.
No
Let's speed
niceties.
run it.
We're hopping right in. First piece of news is a big one. Fnatic, they've been kind of plagued by sickness, by players having to come in and out. It's seemingly throughout their entire history as a team. But now some pretty big news for them. Heading into stage 2, where Leo is going to be stepping away from the roster temporarily to take some time for his own health, and they're going to have to be bringing in a substitute. They put out this tweet where they're bringing up a guy called Hero Ames, who's been, I guess, a tier 2 Turkish player who some people in the EMEA scene have been like, hey, he's pretty good. Talk about him a little bit, but also just, of course, like, Leo, it's good for orgs to, when players need it, let them take time for themselves to improve their health and things like that. Like, you know, like there was like that whole pause. He wasn't feeling well at the end of their run in EMEA. So hopefully he can be better soon. But in the meantime, let's talk a little about the implications for Fnatic here, because losing Leo is a massive, massive piece.
Yeah, it's like a giant piece for them, especially as like some of the maps it said that he was like cooling a little bit, maybe more so on Breeze when like Boaster was having a rough time. So yeah, I think it's I'm a little bit worried for them. I think they'll still make playoffs, and then hopefully he's back for playoffs. The thing is, we don't really know how long. I was kind of asking Meiy about it, trying to get an answer as well, and he doesn't really know how long as well. He's just like, it's just best for him to kind of take a little bit of a break, and hopefully it's not that long. But yeah, it felt like his illness has just been for like the last month or so, and I think he thought it was different things, but maybe it's not different things. Because even at Shanghai, Meiy thought that he would have to play like 10 minutes before against Gen.G. He was like setting up on the PC ready to play.
We thought he was gonna play. We were freaking out on the Ghost stream because we saw Meiy setting up his PC, and then Leo didn't walk out with them.
Up, yeah.
And then it was just like, oh my god, yeah, this sucks. I mean, Fnatic's year has already been chalked, but this further, I mean, obviously their chances are not gone completely, but like Leo's one of the best players in the world, so like. And even while he was sick, like
I mean, he had his
fantastic.
Jordan flu game. He
game,
was
yeah.
absolutely incredible in that final. It was ridiculous, the things he was doing. I think if he did not play even like 10% less than as good as he did in that final, they would not have won that game.
And their saving grace might be that game, because that's the game that might take them through on points.
Yeah.
Like even if they don't do that well, like because they got the 3 points from winning that game, like. There's a chance that I would say there's a pretty decent chance they end up being the team with the most points who doesn't make it.
What's crazy too is like Heretics, even though they lost in the finals of EMEA and they lost in
They've
the
been
finals
scammed
of
of
Master
points.
Shanghai, they don't get any of the point bonuses from that, and so are behind in that regard. So you are right that Fnatic probably has the best chance of any of these teams to make it off points, which, I mean, maybe by then Leo will be feeling better. You can have him back in the roster. We can't really know. But that's definitely still possible, especially if they can pick up some wins throughout the group stage, which I think they can still definitely do, even with a sub. I did want to ask, though, are any of you guys familiar with this hero guy? It looks like he was playing in the Turkish league for a little bit, has been around on a couple different tier 2 teams throughout, was playing Sentinel, it looks like, last time he was playing.
Even I'm not familiar. Like at least like when I was back coaching, I can't remember him playing. So I think he's like relatively new. So I'm not even sure if I watched a game with him playing. But from what Meiny's been saying in practice, he's a bit of a beast. So like he said that the practice has been going well. So not that you can judge too much from practices, but it's a good sign at least. I think he's just going to slot straight into Leo's roles.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
But don't take that as 100%. I could be wrong.
Sure.
that makes sense, but also doesn't, because
He doesn't play those roles.
It makes sense because you don't want to ruin like 4 other people's, which would happen.
It looks like
but,
he
like,
has played a
Boaster would-
little
Durka on
initiator in the
Sova,
past.
that's what I say. Bring him back. Get him back on the Sova.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It wouldn't make sense in so many different, like there's so many permutations that I think Fnatic is actually kind of stopped having to like mess around with roles in the past. Like in the past, they were always Boaster was like flexing whenever they'd have subs and shit, and he would.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that they've kind of moved away from that, but I think it does make their job potentially a little harder here if Hero can't adapt to that role. Because I mean, that's impossible, man. Filling Leo's shoes, like so difficult.
Yeah, it's big shoes to fill. I kind of think that maybe long term it might help them a little bit as well if like Leo needs time. I'm trying to think of like, you know, when Paper X played with Monyet and then Jing came back, and at least for like stage 1 they were like banging. They looked really, really good. So I'm kind of thinking that maybe they might have like that kind of new lease of just like, oh yeah, he's back. This is what it should be, because it's still been like a lot of individuals looking good on different days instead of them all looking good on the same day. So maybe this is good for them long term.
Their
Yeah, and it
strength
might
of
take a bit of
schedule.
weight off them as well. You know,
Yeah.
like there's not as much pressure. Like if they lose a game, it's not like, oh, the end of the world, because it's like, yeah, they lost a game. They're playing this up.
Yeah. They're playing BBL, Team Heretics, Carmine Core, and Team Liquid as their last 4 games of this season, because they did have a pretty hard group playing into Foot, into Team Heretics in stage 1, which means I think there are a lot of winnable games in there even with the sub. This team has proved well to, first of all, kind of have good talent scouting in the past, finding alpha, kind of, but obviously Leo was more of a known quantity when he joined the team, but still, I think there is still some hope for Fnatic, but obviously a tough situation for them. Let's talk about, though, the other changes that we're seeing in EMEA, and there are shockingly few, to be honest. The big 3, Vitality, NAVI, BBL, let's scapegoat our coach, baby. Get him out of here. Don't make any player changes. How do we feel about this? Because I don't know. It feels like you're removing the person who is normally the one building your team, but you're not actually making substantial changes. I don't know how much that can actually act as a catalyst for some of these teams to turn their year around.
Yeah, it's gonna be weird. Like, I mean, I was doing my podcast for Ascend the other day, and we were talking about NAVI, and it's like if NAVI don't do well this split, it's over. Like that team, you know, that core that we like think of, like that is over. And that's a weird thought to think about, because like there's not a guarantee that NAVI will make it. They're probably not going to make it on points, so they're going to have to qualify. And you know, now that you've changed the coach as well, there's no other scapegoat, right? Like if they don't do well, like the team has to change, which is a weird thing.
But
when
it's
you think
so
about
weird
that.
to even say that, because
Yeah, I know.
NAVI looked so good throughout both group stages.
Yes. Team
and
Heretics
they
have just
lost,
got them by the balls,
yeah,
and have
they lost
destroyed them
single
twice in 2
elimination games to Team Heretics
Yeah.
twice. They didn't get to play double elimination either time. It's like I don't even know. I wasn't even that disappointed in NAVI after stage 1, so I'm surprised they've made any changes, honestly.
Yeah, I think when I looked at Navi, I'm like, wow, this is a good team, potentially like second best in the EMEA. They just got wrecked by the singular limb, which could still happen. They could literally have a whole, they could have a whole year where they just lose every single singular limb. Yeah, could be Heretics as well. That's an actual thing as well. So
Strike days
yeah,
are back, baby. Let's
I don't
go.
know. It is like what you're saying. It's just the fall guy, isn't it? It's just got to make it look to the org or the sponsors or whoever's in charge that we're trying to do something, and they don't want to change any players, so this is it. It's yeah, it sucks for the coaches, man. It sucks.
It's tough too. Well, it's tough because obviously coach discussions are always hard in Valorant. We don't get enough from the coaches, especially in EMEA. We just don't get enough out of like speaking to them or hearing from them on interviews and stuff like that. It just very little. So yeah, but as far as I understand with Doombros did a decent amount, but at the same time, his players also did a fuck ton. And he would let them have free reign a lot of times. So I wasn't necessarily thinking that there'd be a change there ever. Kind of felt like they were a match made in heaven, honestly. So weird.
Well, maybe now there's no veto on Angel's ideas. Maybe now no one.
It's
Yeah,
more
he can do what he
dangerous.
wants.
It's your Angel now.
He's
Yeah,
locking.
Imagine
every
this
map.
last year without artists. Like
It would have been crazy. Yeah.
Angel is now playing ISO every map. Let's go.
God, dude, they're gonna cook. Maybe that's it. Like, oh, new patch. Fucking Doom Bros is like, no, man, we can't do this. You can't play Neon, bro. Like, you don't have you don't have the APM. Vitality is very surprising to me though, because I felt like Sala was the lifeblood of that team. he built it. He also constantly brought in young players to fit in around it. So I don't know. Again, you can't really speak much without having insights, and I have none.
Cool.
Yeah, it pretty much is that. Like we should hopefully find out how good these coaches are like next year when they get picked up by an extra team, and then you kind of know. It's like a heretics situation at the moment where it's like some of them aren't massively proven in terms of their achievements, but maybe if they can build a new roster and it can actually go to how they plan it in their heads, then they're actually going to look like outstanding coaches.
It's really
essentially.
hard to rate coaches. Game, I feel like, especially as an outsider, and even if you are like another coach in the scene or something, I feel like it's hard to know what other people are doing with their teams behind the scene until you can like see them on multiple teams and they prove it with multiple iterations. So honestly, really kind of a shit job because you're the one who gets scapegoated first. You get none of the credit. You lose your job when things start going wrong. You lose 2 single elimination games and you get fired.
Yeah.
Like tough.
You gotta have the Potter approach and just be the face of the team, and then all of a sudden everybody will respect and love you. So
true. And my chat still asks me when I'm coming back to coaching, and I'm just looking at all of this, thinking, I don't know, man. Doesn't look pretty cool at the moment. Yeah, it might be another year.
All right, let's hop in though to our power rankings.
Oh, just before you do, Mimi, you actually forgot the biggest news of all
What's
of
the
the
biggest
EMEA.
Is this Gentlemates or?
It's the Gentlemates logo.
Okay.
The Gentlemates
logo.
logo has changed.
Wait, I missed.
No,
this.
forget the player change. Yeah, they brought in maybe another player. That's not the it's like that doesn't. The logo
doesn't matter about the 6-man
I'm
roster.
sorry.
The
We didn't
logo.
have the logo changed in the run of show. That was a big miss from Kurt and everyone. Like,
Yeah, the logo is what matters. Now, Kurt, can you pull up their VLR page? It's on. No. That's not their logo.
that?
That's not their logo. Pull up their VLR page, Kurt, first. Pull up their VLR page.
oh, that is awesome.
Wait, this logo? Oh my god. It looks like a GTA
Oh.
5 tattoo that you can like get like when you
God.
when you design your gang in GTA 5 or like
Yes.
your business or whatever, and you can get a tattoo with a logo. It looks like that.
You know what it reminds me of?
Yeah.
It reminds me of like any game that's made on mobile ever. That's like you just farmed 100 wood, and it's like a thing that pops up 100. Like that's
Yeah.
the shit.
It's dog shit, right? The old one was also
The
dog
old
shit.
one
though.
was no, it
Yeah.
was better.
No, you
It was
don't bring this up.
unique.
Don't bring this up.
It
No,
It was
no,
unique
no, no,
and
no,
it was
no, no, no.
cool.
No, it was again, it was like a Rothko painting. You know, it was like you look at it and it's like this is shit, and then you look at it a bit more and it's like, oh, this is kind of interesting. But then you look at it a bit more again, and then you realize, no, this is fucking shit. The new one is just boring and shit. So what Kurt pulled up, if you pull it up again, Kurt, there you go. I mean, that is dog shit. This is my AI version of a Gentlemates logo. Now, what I typed in to get this was 2 French men, which is weird that there's 3 there. 2 French men hugging with a French flag in the background.
That's
with
not
the
a
words
French flag.
Gentlemates
Yeah, it's
written
what flag
above
is
them
this?
like a rainbow. Now, it's also spelled Gentlemates wrong.
Genit
Genit Matez. It's kind of French in the way that you would read that. It also kind of looks like Tombiz in the middle. I don't know why his head is so big.
What have you made?
But I
What
think
have you
I think there
created?
should be a competition to redesign the Gentlemates logo, and you know, we should run a maybe there's an off-season Plat chat
Why
competition.
is his
to
eyebrows
redesign.
on his head?
It looks like, you know, when Kurt sometimes does the thumbnail with
Yes,
Sideshow, and he's got
yes.
his little tufts of hair
Oh
on
my
the
God.
side.
And they say AI is gonna take over. I'm never
I was
believing
saying,
them again.
It
I'm
looks like
never
the
believing
first
them.
years of AI when we're looking at it and we're like, yeah, it's a while off. Look at the French flag.
Why
looks
did
a
you
little-
put
looks a
this
bit
in
off.
fucking? I don't even know. It's GPT -7.
Well, I looked for the worst one, of course, but I thought that was
Oh.
but it is better than the actual one they've got. So there you go. Maybe they should think
Cool.
about it.
Cool.
Wow.
All right. Well, thank you for that discretion, TMP.
No problem.
Let's do our power rankings though, and try and power through this in the 15 minutes we have, Sliggy. And let's start by placing Gentlemates because they did make one change. They signed Cadaver. My question: who? Knowers?
Cadaver?
He's,
Yeah.
Who?
Cadaver.
He's been around forever.
yeah, he's been around for a long time. Like he's a good
What
player.
teams has he played for?
Like BDS back in the
Yeah,
day. like,
BDS like 3 years
BDS?
ago.
3
uh,
years ago? Oh, he played for Vitality 2
Vitality,
years.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. I actually kind of remember that.
Yeah, he's a French legend.
Like he's good. The thing that worries me is the 6-man roster.
Yeah.
That's the one.
But then again, T1 said they'd have a 6-man roster and they don't. So maybe it's a similar situation.
Yeah, I think maybe that's like the slow transition. If both of the teams are doing the slow transition where they're like
Let's just do
trying to
this
get
on its
all
own.
the maps out.
Go ahead, Kurt. Keep
You
cooking.
cut.
Yeah,
You
keep
honestly
going,
cut.
keep
You were
cooking.
cooking.
You're right-
man.
correct
keep
so
going.
far.
Yep.
You're correct so far.
We'll take.
Don't
it.
put
Stop.
fucking move
He's
liquid to
stuck.
2.
He's stuck.
Well, I think this is probably right?
Yeah, you were
Ooh.
correct.
Okay,
You're
okay,
100% correct.
okay.
Damn,
Keep
bro.
cooking. Here we go.
I mean,
Okay.
Yeah,
I don't like
mind that.
watching.
Yeah,
Whoa.
yeah, get
okay.
them down.
Yeah,
Yeah. All right.
yeah.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
No,
Ooh.
leave
This-
them. Leave them.
Yeah, all right. Yeah. Oh, he's kind of cooking.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
he's
Good.
cooking.
Pretty good. Yes.
Wait, is
Oh,
KC too
ooh.
low?
Well, let him cook
he's
first.
cooking.
Okay,
Let him
okay.
cook first.
Oh yeah. What
Yeah.
Hey guys, this is crazy.
These are correct.
Well, segment over. Nice job. Great.
Yeah, thank you.
Good job, everyone. We're low on time. Yeah. No
move,
problem.
move Liquid up like 3 spots.
Yeah, Liquid's got to go up here.
Yeah, and
Other
then
than
move,
that-
I'd actually put Giants above mates. but-
Giants above Gentlemates.
yeah. Really?
And I'd put
Yeah,
Calming
yeah,
Core
yeah,
above
yeah,
Vitality
yeah,
for
yeah.
sure. Calming Core.
Papa with a bit of time. Papa with a bit of time should be here.
Sure.
See, I would put. Ooh, BBL's been doing alright though.
I'd
they
put
kinda
Calming
fell
Core
off a
above
bit.
Vitality though.
Yeah, Carmen Core over Vitality, and then I'd send it.
The only thing I would argue
might
here
even
is
argue-
Liquid over BBL, but I think proven results wise, I'm not sure I can argue that.
Okay,
Other
but
than the
what?
fact that the
I
Liquid
might
might put
even put
Vitality
Fnatic
below
over
both
Fnatic.
of those 2 guys as well, though.
Hold on, guys. What if our big issue is we are letting ourselves be marred by what happened in stage 1 with Carmine Core, and
Okay.
they lost.
Yeah,
They
but-
lost to the teams that made it.
Yeah,
They
but Sliggy
lost to
hates Carmine
Navi
Core.
in a very close game. They looked really great at the beginning of the year. We're going into a neon patch with a lot of changes. This team is proven to be able to kind of cook and innovate at the beginning of metas. If Fnatic's playing with a sub, there might be an argument there for KC to go up.
You just made it.
I-
and
I mean,
I'm
I
not
did.
convinced.
You say
Yeah,
not convinced?
there it is.
I think they. I thought you made a good argument for them to be in 5th because it's like they got a lot of they got a lot of time off. Eng can kind of cook for a little bit, and that's when they look good when he has time, and that will get him a solid 5th. Maybe they just make champs, but probably 5th. So yeah, I
Okay.
agree with what you said, but, but still 5th.
Okay.
Very
Okay.
polite no.
Just wanted
Yeah,
to try
polite
a
no.
little bit there. Let's pull it back up.
I
again.
like the train of thought though. I thought that was good.
Thank you.
This isn't. Yeah, to me this isn't too bad. The only thing is like, what order would you put Vitality, BBL, Team Liquid?
Yeah, I would.
And I don't know because I think
yeah,
they're
I
pretty
actually
close.
don't know.
Yeah, they're pretty close. I
Aren't they
think.
literally all the same record?
Everyone in the EMEA is 3-3 pretty much.
I still can't believe that group. Anyways,
I don't know. If we don't know, fucking send it. It makes Sliggy look bad again. That Liquid
If
is
we
down
don't know, then we should put Liquid at 6th.
I'm fine with that. I don't care.
Yeah,
that's fine.
I,
don't
literally
really care.
can't make an argument for any of these teams. So
Okay,
it's-
yeah, I'll settle for that.
I
I,
could
did my
just-
job.
Yeah, that seems good enough for
Not,
government.
not getting fired yet. We're all good.
Wait, so whose Preds is gonna now be on Sliggy?
Oh, true.
I get sideshows, right? Or not?
Or does Mimi still get
So,
sideshows?
I-
and Sliggy does?
I think
That's
I have
what
my
I was
own
gonna
now.
do. I actually have to do this. So, what do I do?
Oh, he's cooking.
Oh no!
Oh.
Not only
Hold
did he do
on.
our power rankings, but he's also gonna.
I'm cooking.
fucking-
Bye.
Oh, okay.
Mimi!
Holy hell, that's crazy.
All right.
I'm
That's
seeing double
insane.
4 Sliggies.
Mimi, please pop up. There we go. I was worried for a second.
I'm
That's
back.
good.
All right,
So
so
you
Mimi has
lost
her,
me into the
Mimi has her
cyberspace.
own picks now.
Okay.
Okay.
And Sliggy has Josh's.
Yes. Sorry, Sliggy.
Okay,
Cool.
well, let's see what that's fine. Let's see what this guy's been
All right,
picking.
let's hop into our first spread. BBL Fnatic.
Ooh.
BBL Fnatic.
BBL
Surely you didn't go for
Sliggy.
BBL, right?
BBL Sliggy.
Oh.
There's so many buttons I have to press.
It's okay. Just press them all.
It's right. You're doing
Pressing
good.
them all? I just don't want to mispress, you know? All right, this is the right button.
Yeah.
Good button.
Boom.
Okay.
Oh.
3 go for Fnatic, and TMV punts on BBL.
You're telling
Your
me you
case?
had nothing to say about BBL getting increased here, and you go with BBL for the first game against Fnatic. Okay. All right. Bold strategy.
I'm chill like that. That's just who I am. You know. BBL, why will they win? Because Fnatic are playing with the sub.
That's it.
Well, BBL, I think also. I mean, look, they already beat NAVI this year. Why not Fnatic? Maybe they're just a giant killer. You know, they lost to Giants, so maybe they're not a giant killer. They lost to Giants, but they beat NAVI. And if they can beat NAVI, maybe they can beat Fnatic. I just think that Fnatic, you know, I just thought, like, again, there's just a certain level of, like, you can't just pick the favorites in every game. And I was looking at all the games, and I was like, this is one where maybe it could happen. There is a reason that this could happen. And it would not shock me if, you know, Fnatic, I mean, we saw them, you know, kind of go out of Shanghai pretty meekly, I would say, overall. Like, you know, you're now playing with a sub, you know, maybe, I think particularly if it doesn't start off that well, you know, I think if they like lose map 1 and they don't look that great, I think maybe there could be like a bit of doubt of like, oh, can we, you know, are we in the right space to be able to win these kind of games, which I don't know. I think BBL, they've changed their coach. Fuck knows what's going to happen, to be honest, with BBL. They could be shit. I won't lie. I could look like a fucking idiot. But if I'm right, I've got the Bren thing, you know, if I'm right, you're all going to know about it. You're going to know about it.
You can tweet, I'll expect an ad on my Twitter. Yeah.
Absolutely. Let's
Honestly,
go.
though, I respect the gamble here. I think it's a worthy punt on this. I don't mind that.
You just fucking hate guarantees, though.
Yeah. We're always
So you
wrong.
don't agree with
Guarantees
that?
are always wrong. No, I mean, I think you're going to be wrong here, but I like the fact that you're rebelling against the guarantee. I mean, it's good.
Well, I mean, Sideshow picked Fnatic, so I'm feeling better already.
That's true.
True. Yeah, I mean, Fnatic, I just went for them because I feel like even with the sub, they have a solid system. The core of this team still has some ridiculously insane players. And I mean, BBL looked better last season. There were like some good moments from them, but I feel like with them like scapegoating the coach and like maybe they're trying to rebuild a bunch of stuff. I don't think it's worth the punt, but it is possible.
Aren't they in a
Yeah.
decent spot still for the season?
Everyone's 3-3, baller. Get that into your head.
I know, but I was wondering if they were in that group, and obviously they are. They're playing Fnatic. Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, doable.
Doable.
Not hating.
Let's move on to a real good match here. Team Heretics will go up against NAVI. This one should be a pretty sick game, and the predictions are guaranteed.
Where do we stand on me changing this prediction? What are the rules here?
You can change it. You can change it.
I can change it. Yeah, the egg's changing this, bro. He believes in Navi all day. This is
I
not.
think I believe Navi too. What the?
Oh, okay, hold up. Maybe I don't need to change.
I may have missed it.
So you don't believe it?
No, I think I put Navi. I submitted 2 preds this morning because I forgot what I put, so I just like tried to fix it, and so I don't know what I put, but I'm pretty sure I put Navi because I was like preparing to argue for Navi.
All right, we'll switch. It's a fake guarantee.
Yeah, switch.
People can still post it online if they want.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
Navi is
Why Navi?
because they're a team that always comes in when the first game of the fucking splits, other than last year, take away that Koi game, they always
God,
hungry for
you
it.
just reminded me of that Koi game. Fucking hell.
Yeah,
Remember
that was crazy. That was crazy. Wait, did we say this is patch 6.11?
This is old patch. This is patched before Mini Boo gets the buff. So that's why it's good right now, because it's like Heretics. They're coming off from an event. They've shown everything. They're probably going to be focusing on the new patch. They only play 1 game this week, whereas Navi plays 2. So they're going to heavy focus on this patch because it's 2 games for them. So yeah, coming in with just that as well, when Heretics should probably be doing like a lot of the mini boost stuff being on Neon prepping for the next patch. I think Navi takes this.
Here's the thing. The case for Team Heretics is that normally you come back from a big event, you're exhausted, you're tired, you just had a long run, you don't have a huge motivation to come back for the big season. They, however, just went on the craziest fucking run of all time. Now, they lost, they're fired up, they need the points more than, like, anyone else, honestly, to go on a run because they've been robbed thus far. Their boy, who is now, by the way, a graduate and very, very intellectual, is back in the roster. They're playing with the team they want to be playing with, and they've had a week and a half to come back and prep and put something together. They already have a great and pretty deep strat book, and they had to show a lot of that, sure, but also a lot of stuff was on the fly and changed and moved throughout the event when they were playing in Shanghai. Now they can reset back to how they were playing, and they have a massive motivator to be finding out a lot of new stuff. They're still in insane form. I mean, we can't forget what they just did, and with Minimoo back and smarter than ever, they're going to win this
Smarter
game.
than ever. I think one point that I didn't say as well is, so a lot of time Valorant is about who wants it more, and NAVI are so scared of singular limb, and Heretics aren't that scared of singular limb that NAVI are going to want it more because they want to avoid singular limb, they want to go to playoffs in like getting the bye.
I'm pretty
And
sure
my
Angel has
counterpoint-
never
my
cared about
counterpoint
a
to that-
regular season match in his life.
Until now. Until now, dude, he's scared of the single limb. I'm
My
telling you.
counterpoint to that is that Team Heretics are way inside Navi's head, and Navi just have
How
a
many times
mental
have they
block.
played this year?
They've
Oh,
played twice, but the two most important games that Navi played this year, they lost to Team Heretics. Heretics are going to be in their
you're
head.
cooking, you're cooking.
You know, it's going to be, they're going to lose the first map, Navi, and you know, Miniboo's going to be standing up, telling them that they're fucking.
I was thinking there was just the one rematch, but no, you're right. It is two from the most important. Was it fucking
Madrid
okay.
and the single
single
elim
and kickoff, dude?
Dude,
Yeah,
this
so
team has been
brutal, man.
scammed more than anyone else. I swear to God.
Jesus Christ.
Okay,
It's
let's keep
crazy.
moving though. We have another Navi game. They're going to be playing up
week
against
for
Foot.
Navi. Holy
Yeah.
fuck.
Yeah.
Heretics and Foot back to back. Two of the teams that were just there in Shanghai. Let's see the Preds for this game.
One looks. Ooh.
What?
And that
That
is
one's a
a
bit
guarantee for Navi.
Ooh.
Okay. I realize now my mistake. I swapped my pred on this last minute, not the other one.
Oh,
So
okay,
this
I
one's
see.
chilling. This one was supposed to be Navi, and the other one was supposed to. But it's all good. You know what? I still believe in both cases here. This is a guarantee.
Absolutely. I mean, Foot's coming back off the long road at Shanghai. They're coming back into play. Every argument you guys just made for Navi still true.
Yeah.
They're winning.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna argue this one. I'm in for this. I
Yep.
believe it.
Whoa!
Really?
Yeah, I believe this one.
This
I'm
is
on the Navi
exactly
train.
the kind of like guarantee that goes wrong, where the other team is actually very
Yeah.
good. And
That's why it won't go wrong.
Nah, it's going to be fine. It's a guarantee. 2 minutes before Sliggy has to depart. The last game, the last prediction. BBL. It's Carmine Core.
Oh, I'm getting ready for this one. You will fucking hate BBL. What? I didn't go BBL.
Yeah,
Are you
did.
sure? Are
Yeah,
you sure?
Did I pick BBL?
You got Josh's. pick.
I may have goofed it up. I may have
No,
goofed
it
up.
might have been me as well, but fucking flip me over. Let's take
Alright.
this picture.
What? Excuse me.
Flip me over. Flip his camera,
Alright,
baby.
Let's go.
Yeah, poor Carmen Core. Probably the fucking most guaranteed of this year. Destroyed. God, I want
yeah,
them to
this
be,
one could
I
go
want them
wrong
to be,
too.
I
Maybe
want them
this
to
one
be
goes
good
wrong.
so bad, man.
They're going to be good.
But they've
they'll
had
be
time to
good,
cook,
yeah.
is the thing.
That's
week
what I
one.
mean. Yeah, time off. Like the coaches were looking exhausted, man. You can tell they're doing a lot of the prep. So I feel like now, I think they're gonna be good. They suck when they have to mid round and all of their stuff's been sussed out, and they won't have to do that for 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
They'll
Week
be,
four?
they'll be
Week
good
four,
for
you're
3 weeks.
fucked.
Yeah, you want to get this team in playoffs though. Yeah, you're hoping you get these guys in the single elim playoffs for sure. But for the first 3 weeks, they're pretty good.
True. It's a
True.
guarantee.
Look at that, perfectly on time.
Yeah. It's 2
Yeah,
o'clock.
lovely.
Slingy, you are free to go co-stream. Thank you very much for subbing in last
Thank you so
second
much. Thank you,
for
thank you.
this.
That's
Appreciate you, man.
Do you know what happened, dude? Like, it's insane why you had to sub. Anyways, go.
Bro, yeah, dude, I had him on my second monitor for a little bit, watching him try and fix a PC. Just wondering, what is this guy doing, bro?
Well, we do.
What is he doing?
Well, we do a break to get Vansili. Can we check in on Josh? Has he? Has
He
he
stopped
finished
streaming,
his
dude. He
series?
gave up.
He
Yeah,
broke
he
the
gave up.
stream.
Oh no, he's just
Oh,
trying.
he's back.
Oh, get him
Wait, is
on.
he still trying to fix it?
Get him on.
It's such a fucking funny angle, bro. He's like Dude, oh my god. Let's watch
An
this
ad?
ad.
Adge.
Liquid
ad.
IV, by the way. Great
How do I
Okay.
block ads on Twitch nowadays? Anyway,
Yeah,
sorry,
Sliggy.
Sliggy. Go
Turbo.
co-stream.
Yeah, I'll let you guys be. Enjoy.
Later, Sliggy.
Peace.
Twitch TV
Peace,
/Sliggy. Go watch his co-stream.
TV.
But that
And don't watch that other guy. Watch Sliggy TV. Yeah, dude, the amount of rage this guy gets is crazy.
This guy fucking sucks.
All right, peace.
is there any way, Kurt, that you can get his head, like, to be the fourth?
I
Just,
would
like-
love to make that happen, but I can't very easily, unfortunately. That'd be so
would've been-
funny. That's such a good idea. But
That
we're gonna
is
go
a
on a
great
break and
idea.
get Vansili in here. So yeah.
Okay, have a good break. See you guys in 3 minutes.
Yippee!
I swear, these recent members, do these actually change?
I
Yeah,
gotta
no.
update this
They do.
thing. I think they
Oh.
do, but it only updates like
Okay.
when someone gifts whatever.
Fuels Badman.
I gotta update this. Thank you guys for becoming members. We have a ton of members from our co-stream, and if you continue to stay a member, we will be very appreciative, and hopefully we can hopefully we can give back more. But no guarantees. We appreciate the support.
Hey, Kurt, do you wanna here? Wait, can you take the cameras again for a second?
Yeah. Oh my god. That is so funny.
Wait, I can give you a second input.
Oh yeah, if you go
Why is he competing with his own fucking show?
All right,
And
we're gonna-
scream, Mrs. is Molly!
All right, I'm done.
Oh, here we go. Here's the computer.
Do we go to break now, or it's your call,
I
maybe?
think you leave
Yeah,
this
let's
as
go,
the break.
let's go to break for a second. We can watch Wilkinson if we want. I'll be
All
right back.
We'll be right back. We have no countdown timer. Turn your cams off if you want privacy, folks. We're just gonna leave this BS on. I'm gonna get Vansili in the call.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
What's
Oh,
a good song for this?
the fuck is this?
All right.
This goes perfectly with him trying to fix the computer.
Dude, I'm fucking jamming. What the hell?
All right.
Turkey 3, Georgia 1. Damn. Fucking hell, look at those wires, man. Oh! New challenger has arrived.
And silly.
Oh, you made a separate
did.
input. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I was
should-
messing
should
with
use
that.
We
No,
should
no,
use
no,
that
you're
in the
good, you're
future,
good.
though. That's
Yeah,
good.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
good tech. What's up, Vans? How are you? I think your mic
Can't hear
is not
you.
working.
We can't, yeah.
I'm turning this crazy music off. It's driving me nuts.
That's why I was trying to figure it out too. I was like, this music's stressing me out. I think I'm good now, right?
Yeah, yeah. we got this.
Coincidence? The music broke your mic? All right.
I was like nervous. I was like, dude, I feel like I'm speed running trying to get into the show.
Oh my
fade
goodness.
is
Oh, I love it.
crazy.
Dude, good tech, everybody. Thank you, Vans, for
Jesus
coming in last
Christ.
second here.
Yeah, thanks
Hello.
for having me, friends. I just chugged a Vietnamese coffee and somehow I'm more tired than I was. This is great.
Vietnamese coffee is so good.
It is. It is.
That's my whole thing. Welcome back, guys. America, the beautiful. I don't know the rest of that song.
Land of the free.
Land of the free, home of the brave, etc., etc.
Hey.
Let's talk about it. We have Vansili now,
Hey.
wearing his Canada hat
True.
and sipping.
True.
How have you been, Vans?
I've been great. I barely slept. I just came back from Toronto. I was at the Shopify Rebellion
Right.
offices doing the
How
watch
was that?
party.
It looked pretty packed.
It was super fun. It was packed. I mean, the shots looked like it wasn't full, but I think everybody was like hanging out in the back so they could have like a better view of like the screen and the UI and all that. But it was super busy. I think after they won, they did like a meet and greet for Shopify, and it went on for an extra like 3 hours because there was a lot of people waiting
God
to
damn.
do autographs and photos. So I think like what was awesome was the GC scene in terms of fan base continues to be growing and growing and growing. I mean, look at that. Like I don't know if you see me, but
I don't.
it's like, where's Waldo? I'm all zoom in. I'm all the way in the back over there. Like in that spot. I think I'm like right at that I think on the left that cursor.
You don't even know what you.
Yeah, I'm right there.
That little speck is you.
Can I just say that, Vance, you look like a very like pro podcaster. Your whole getup, everything about it, the setup looks
Dude,
very.
thanks, man. I've been trying, man. I try to stay relevant. I've been having like this display poster that keeps falling down, but it hasn't been holding. But I am trying to. I'm ready. I'm ready for your podcast shows. You wanna talk about the next E3? Like, hire me, please.
You actually like the background. You could pass. You know those people who are just like a general gaming person.
Yeah.
You could
Yeah.
pass as a general gaming person. Just
I'm
a gamer.
I was
That
just
Monkey
playing Dead
Island
Cells on
poster,
top of that,
that's
so
awesome.
I've been gaming. I've been gaming, getting ready for the next stage. You know.
Yeah. Well, since you're fresh off the Joe Rogan podcast, get in there. Let's get into what really matters. Big news in Americas. We're definitely on time. Kurt, throw up the breaking news. No one knows about this yet. This is the first time anyone's fucking heard about it.
Exclusive?
Holy shit, Plat Chat exclusive. Phoenix and Psalm are joining NRG. Demon 1 is benched.
Demon 1?
Yep.
Champs
Demon
winner,
1.
Demon 1,
That's
bench?
the best
benched.
player of last year.
He's benched.
No, this is the biggest exclusive all year.
What?
Isn't it insane?
I know.
What?
Wait,
And they're signing
are
a
you
co-streamer
acting
in his
surprised,
place.
TMV? Are you acting surprised? Are you?
Oh, I'm shocked. I did not know about this at all. This is the first I'm hearing of this development.
Dude, come on. You used to you watch party everything. How do you not know this?
Bro, I know, bro. I keep up with this shit. Don't you worry. I don't live in a little bubble. I watch this shit.
I can't tell if Vansili was trolling you or not, man. I can't. Oh my god.
Oh, this is fun. This is fun. It's good to be back.
I'm so sorry, Mimi.
I feel like I just
I'm
watched like
so
an
sorry.
Impractical Jokers episode where both people had a voice in their head. Okay.
Copy's hidden. I'm ready
Yeah.
now.
Paula, please be a voice for reason. What do you think of this move?
They had to make a move. They were terrible in stage 1, but I mean, it's great that they got Finesse back. I think it was kind of a travesty that he wasn't on the team anymore. What?
I got EG.
EG? But I mean, at this point, the year is already kind of chalked for them. They have to win this split, and they have to go to champs.
And they will.
And I think they can. But the thing is, man, everybody else has gotten so much better that their job is like 15 times harder than it would. Hey, that's
Oh,
me.
Molly,
Hey,
you're in
hey,
it.
Paula.
15 times
Whoa.
harder
know
than
that
it would
guy.
have been. That's crazy. I mean, the Americas is just way better now, and there's a lot of catching up to do for
And
Finesse
that group is
some.
hard as well. They got to play. They have a tough schedule. All that group has a tough schedule because everyone is pretty good in that group.
Starting with Sentinels, man. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
And who knows what kind of form Sentinels are going to come out with, but they should. I mean, we're hoping that it's.
yeah. I mean, look at
Back
those
to sort
games.
of
Like
peak.
you then
Oh,
play
That is
yeah,
a
EG2. Like,
tough.
Bro,
Yeah, those are some
it's over.
tough games.
yeah.
If anybody can do it, it's Phoenix. But like,
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
it's gonna be tough.
Yeah.
he doesn't even really have that star player this year, right?
Yeah,
Like,
that's my question. Are we worried about them, like not having a star? Like, who's gonna play the duelist for the team? What are the roles
Victor.
looking like?
Victor, yeah.
Victor's
Victor?
gonna stay as that. Yeah, Som's gonna go smokes most likely. I think it's still fine.
Okay.
I think when you slot like role for role, I think the team's still gonna look really good. I also think that the map changes, having Haven back in there and not seeing Abyss until much later, you're gonna see like a lot of potential of defaulting stuff between Finesse with what you could call on Haven and what you could call on Lotus. They play fairly slow. They could pop if they want with the Neon. I think they're gonna pop off with ISO as well. I think this team is still gonna look pretty good, but after you showed me the schedule that they have to play Sentinels, Crew, Cloud9, and G2, now I'm feeling that it's not going to be as easy. I'm not that confident that Energy could actually make it through at least the playoffs, but
They're probably
I
going to need to win
was-
3 of those games, and winning 3
Yeah.
of those games,
3 out of
that's
4.
that's going to be pretty tough. You would have thought, but I think it's a weird one, isn't it? And especially playing Sentinels first off, man. It's a gigabanger game, but it's just such a rough start, like to play a team that, like, I will get into the power rankings later, but I think a decent amount of people might even still have Sentinels like number 1 in Americas. Or it's at least not unreasonable to have that. So
I'll be back. I'll be back. It just happens. I don't know why. It just does that. Yeah, it needs its coffee too.
He's not a Sen fan apparently, Vansili. Doesn't like it. But yeah, it's gonna be so tough because of the schedule. If they had an easier schedule, I'd be like, okay, they can cook here. But and then it gets very weird for what they even do. Like if they do have a bad or like not a great split, like let's say they go 2-2 and miss playoffs, what do you do? What do you do with the team as well? Like it could get very weird.
It would be fractured. Like honestly, like whoa, I'm frozen. But you can still hear me. What the fuck is going on? The last 30 seconds. Anyways, it would be fractured, right? Because like what they have the duos of Crash's Victor, and then they have Finesse and Som, and then Ethan just sits in the middle and is friends with literally everybody. More so Finesse and Som, but like, and Crashes and Victor. Remember when Optic broke up? Like they were looking by themselves. They were looking to just find a team as that duo. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting end of the year for NRG, and I think a lot rides on them doing well in this split, which is a very difficult task.
Sure. What I'm concerned about, though, is that the fans are going to put a ton of expectations on this stage, which I think it will be. But I kind of feel like it's unreasonable. It's a very short turnaround time to kind of reintegrate an IGL, to change a lot of the systems of how the teams work. Like, I would consider this, like, basically starting from scratch. Of course, you have, like, the synergies between Crashies, Victor, Finesse. They've played together for years. But still, it's a big change in the meta, in the maps, in all these different things. And with their strength of schedule being, I think, like, basically the hardest it could possibly be, they're in a really tough position here to actually make playoffs. And I'm worried that if they don't, they're going to get blown up somehow. I don't know. This is a fever dream.
Now I froze. I thought we just said we're good on text like 2 minutes ago.
is dying or something. I don't know.
Is it me?
We're good.
No,
We're
I
good.
think it's
Slowly
you guys.
fading
We're
away.
so-
How is it both me
Fading
and
into the
Vance
ether.
doing the same thing at the exact same time? That's just fucking weird.
Dude.
Anyways, no, I think you're right, Meiy. Continue.
Okay, yeah. Thank you. That's a really good point. But yeah, I think this team has insane long-term potential, but I don't know if it's going to be there in time considering how hard their opponents are. That's
Yeah.
So
Yes.
because the schedule's super hard, but if they lose, but they're really good games still against these teams, they would stick around for next year, right? The org would.
But then what would you do with Demon 1? Because Demon 1's benched. They did not get rid of Demon 1. They did not cut him into the ether. So is that NRG saying like, oh, we still long-term want Demon 1 as well? Like, this is where it gets weird, right?
Keep Demon 1 for pieces after you lose Victor and Crashes in the last season. I don't know. I'm just making sure.
Yeah, it will get weird though.
I think your point about the expectations too is very important, because heading into this year, if they had this roster, we wouldn't have marked them as number 1 as we did pretty much on that. Like most people put them number 1 on almost all the America stuff.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't be up there. The reason why they were up there is because of Demon 1. But yeah, I mean, this is what happens when you fumble the offseason. try to go for not necessarily a gamble, but it was a gamble in the sense that they waited a long time to get what they ended up getting in Demon 1.
That was
To be
EG's
fair, I
fault,
think
though,
that
right?
was the EG's fault.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, absolutely not. It's not. What do you mean?
You don't think?
They're not on the market until
Sure.
what, January, and they're waiting for it because they're poaching essentially, and that's fine. And honestly, fuck EG, and that sucks. But NRG put themselves in that position, right?
Sure.
Like,
Sure, but I feel like it's a little bit hindsighty to be like that was a fumble in the offseason.
no, I've been
completely.
calling it a fumble the entire time. What do you
Okay,
mean?
that's fair. That's fair. Yeah.
I think the thing in NRG's favor though is from a positive angle, Som was NRG's best player last year.
Yes.
So if he can, get close to that even, that's obviously going to be a big boon for them. And then if you look at it, you've got FNS IGLing with two of the best initiator players setting up Victor, right? So if they can have two amazing initiators and one of the best
And
IGLs
Think
setting it
about
up.
think about what Chet and Finesse did with Neon back then when Victor was
In
playing
Fracture
Neon,
days.
right? Like Fracture Haven, like there was many places
Actually
that they
true.
picked. So like it's possible. Like honestly, some of their stuff is still going to be relevant. So we'll see. I don't know. I think it's going to be fine, but I'm not as thrilled as I once was. But they needed this. They needed this. That last roster wasn't
Gonna
working.
go, gonna go worse, really.
I
Well,
thought it
they-
was awesome until I saw the schedule because the team with Som and Finesse coming back, I think it looks awesome. I think Finesse is the savior of energy with his calling. I think they would do a great impact, but against these teams that they have to come up against where they've been practicing and have been around since the beginning here in crew, G2 looks freaking amazing coming back from Shanghai. Sentinels definitely wants to bounce back after they won Madrid. And C9's just like consistently good where, they were missing off on playoffs, but at least during the season, they're looking that great. So
Save
it's
for the
a-
power
it's-
rankings. We got a lot of fucking teams to discuss there because it's,
gonna
Dude,
take about
America's
6
power
hours.
rankings
it's
are
gonna be a fucking mess.
Yeah, it's gonna take 6 hours. Just put Brazil. I mean, we'll get there later. We'll get
All
there.
I'm saying though is this team has potential.
Yeah.
There's
Oh, of
4
course,
slots of
100%.
champs. There's 4 slots of champs for every region. And Billy's been making some. They've been making
Billy
some
been making
roster
fucking
moves.
waves.
They've
They're
been
good
changing some things around. They've been looking good.
now. I mean, they beat
The
Wolves,
funniest
my
thing
fucking
could
Wolves.
happen again. The funniest thing could happen. Lightning, it's been known to strike thrice. All I'm saying.
If
That's all
Billy
I'm
beat
hoping for.
NRG and like FNS and some say we can't
Retire
like,
again.
retire again off that, like we are in a simulation. But that is confirmation right there.
That would be amazing, but also sad.
Yeah.
No,
Let's
it would be
move on, though.
amazing. It would be hilarious in a way.
No.
That's
be
you're
so
twisting
fun.
the
Sorry, I'm
words.
talking to 3 NA. The NA bias is coming out again. Sorry, guys.
I agree. That should be
It
funny.
would be
but
so
it would be
sad if our team
It would be
lost
funny,
again
but
to
sad.
Billy.
Finesse should never have retired, man. He was very, very fun to watch in pro play, and
True.
very fun to watch on stream too, but better in pro play. Thank you. Thank you for coming back, Finesse.
Yippee! Oh, that's such a sweet, positive note. There's another big clout move, though, and another player coming home. pAncada has rejoined Loud in the offseason.
What?
You didn't
Wait,
know about this one,
You
huh?
didn't know about
What?
this one either? This is
That's
Dude,
crazy.
you need
What
to
are the
start
flash
getting
the
biased
breaking
into it. Yeah,
news?
dude, come on, man. Valo Intel said breaking news: pAncada now part of the roster for Loud. You didn't read that on Twitter?
To be fair, I actually don't use Twitter, but
Oh,
yeah.
there it is. This is
There you
what
go.
the app
guess,
looks like.
Guess who's back? Thanks, Vance.
Am I the only one super underwhelmed by this?
Yeah.
I'm
Wow.
super
I'm-
underwhelmed by this.
The thing is, like, with pAncada, like, it's a weird one where your last memory of him was, being kind of meh on a Sentinel themes that was pretty mid.
Just coasting.
Yeah. So, but then obviously he did win champs. I do think I've always been a little down on pAncada compared to the average person in general, just because I think players that have one good tournament and like are, decent, but he wasn't like their star before. He just had an amazing champs. And he did have that amazing champs, and that's fair, but he was a good smokes player. So yeah, I'm kind of with you that it's kind of like, now you're probably moving 2
Wait,
to
what
duelist.
I was gonna
tournament do you
say.
think is this one good tournament? Champs 2022?
Yeah, he went crazy. And he
was-
wasn't bad. I'm not saying he was like a fucking liability. He was
He
just
was-
like, he was good. But then he had an amazing champs. Am I wrong? Did that? Did
No,
that
no,
not
no,
happen?
no. That's reasonable. I'm thinking back.
I just
to it now.
don't think that that's as bad of a like. You're making it
Like,
sound
he
like
was-
it's
No,
a
but
yeah.
no, but I
place.
think you have an amazing champs, and everyone
Yes.
goes, "Wow, you're
Yeah,
one
yeah,
of
yeah,
the,
yeah.
you're the
You're-
best player in the world."
But
You
he
treat
was good in
pAncada
Reykjavik, too.
how I treated Lakia after Reykjavik
Okay.
2021 or whatever the fuck.
Bro,
You
really
probably don't
winding
even
by the
remember.
clothes.
That
No,
send
but
drop.
yeah, I was just like, dude, everybody's so hype on him for one tournament. Like, this is crazy.
Well, look at him now. He's
Look at him
fucking
now.
Winner.
So yeah, eat that asshole TMV. Pancada's gonna be the best.
What the fuck's going on?
What
What did I join?
I don't know.
We got very hectic, very hostile.
Well, we
suddenly.
agree on this, though. I guess, though.
Yeah,
On
Yeah,
that.
they
so.
both want to eat the pancada. Vansili, how do you feel
Comedy.
about pancada coming back?
I think this is an issue of roles once again, though. If pAncada joins, yes, he was a great smoker, but who's going to be playing what? I think a lot of the rumors are, yes, Tuis is going to go and play the duelist role, which I think would be kind of nice because QCK was kind of like just caught off on just playing that single like Phoenix from the very beginning. But I don't want to start like any rumor mill or anything like that. But wasn't there any like type of like Redditors, detectives saying that Les was like a little bit like, you know, too good for school, and like this might cause an issue and a rupture between like the synergy of this team? Like how is this team how is this gonna look now? Is pAncada gonna go into playing the Sentinel role like he did over at Sentinels before and Les stays as a controller? Like what are we expecting out of this roster? I think pAncada is like as like a breaking news is awesome that he's able to come back, and then everybody really want to see him have a second chance after getting like you know, the shaft from Sentinels in the first place. But the Loud doesn't convince me that they're going to be like a strong team going into stage 2 either, with pAncada coming back, because of the whole issue of them not being able to find like a nice little gimmicky thing to do since the Breach Phoenix kind of thing.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
You have to remind me that they were playing fucking.
That's
Yeah,
what
that
I'm
was
saying. But that's what I'm
like,
saying.
Like that's. I mean, fuck knows what will happen.
But to your point,
Fuck
though,
knows.
about like the mental stuff and like the internal conflict, my understanding was towards the end of the year, Sadak kind of got the family back under control, and they were like chilling a little bit more. But I'm not tuned in enough to like the Brazilian scene and like the leaders there to know
The family that
wholeheartedly.
then lost their father, Ospas, is that what you're saying? At
He
the
was
end of
never
the
their
year?
He was never
father.
the
He was the
father.
son.
Sadek's the father.
Not even the Holy
Aspas is
Spirit.
the talented eldest
Okay.
child.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, and if anything, they lost that son long ago. There was a concern that Les was going to go the way of his brother and
Yeah.
drop out.
Yeah.
But I think he found the path of sanctity,
Yeah, righteousness.
the righteous path. And he's good now, hopefully. But yeah,
Yeah.
I actually I'm not as doomer about this as you guys are. Tuis and Kawa before they were playing for Loud were both like top duelist players in the lower tier scenes in Brazil. They're both incredibly talented. I think Tuis slotting back into the duelist role will be fine. There's great like history with this team with Sadak, pAncada, Les, and all they've been through together. And I honestly feel really similar about them as I do about NRG, as like it's a matter of time. I think they have a ton of potential. They can go on a run eventually. But then I look at their strength of schedule, and I think theirs
Oh,
is
yeah.
way, way, way
They're gonna
better.
be going to
Yeah.
the
They're-
Brazilian
they can-
agriculture department because they got some Brazilian farming to do.
Yeah, I mean, you're playing MIBR and Furia, which is cool. Those are some
Cool.
awesome matches. You're playing a Lev who has looked kind of shambolic. And your last match is 100 Thieves, so you have the most time to prep for probably your hardest opponent. EG, I think there's a world where EG wins that first Loud matchup, but even then, they had what was their record at the end? It was like 3-2, 2-3,
2 and 3, yeah.
2-3,
Not good.
which is not good, but also like
But with the schedule,
I think
like
this
it's
is
recoverable.
winnable. I think 3 of these games they should win. The EG game for me is kind of a toss-up, and the 100 Thieves game is going to be tough, but by then they could be at a point where they beat. Like,
But
I think making
it's-
playoffs is within reason for this.
But it's just meh. Making playoffs cool, but at the same time, it's making playoffs to
Ooh.
potentially lose. But if it's making playoffs and somehow representing Americas at champs, I would be so sad. I would not
you would be
want to.
sad.
Yeah, I
Why?
don't want to. I don't
Hates
think
Brazil.
He hates
No,
Brazil.
I don't hate. Don't put words in my mouth. All I'm saying is that with pAncada joining the roster, it's not. I don't think it's going to make such a big change that it's going to be like, oh
Hates
my god,
pAncada.
they're going to make it to champs and win it. I just don't.
Wait, you
I just
think
don't see
Loud
that.
was that bad the rest of the season that you think it's like depresso if they make a global? I don't think it's undeserved if they make a fuck yeah if they turn it around and they look great with pAncada. Like I want to see that, and I think there's a real chance that happens.
I don't think it'll happen. I just
think
don't,
your point
I just don't see this happening. I just
see,
don't, I'm not a
just-
hater. I just
I
don't
think
it's
you're. I
happening.
think you're scared of them fluking into a champ spot.
Sure.
Yes,
and I
yes.
think that's fair.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
I don't see a world where they make it to champs and they don't fluke into it.
I wouldn't say that, but
I think there is a world that's unlikely.
Yes, there is a definitely world. I think the thing is with Loud, like at the same time, they do have a fairly easy schedule, and like Loud are like the team. They're not going to be completely shit. I refuse to believe that they'll be like, you know,
They
like,
never are completely shit.
Yeah, they're never completely shit. Even when they're playing like fucking shit ideas, they're still competitive.
But it's
You know,
crazy to me that they went through all this entire phase in kickoff and then stage 1 where they're playing dumb shit, and then the patch hits. And they cut the one player that they got who was supposed to be the one guy to be flexible and go for crazy ideas. And they put him on Phoenix and shit.
But Tui's on
And
ISO.
now
I
he's
don't care.
gone. And now they don't have that guy who's gonna play fucking.
Tui's
ISO
being inflexible
Neon
is a fake
Phoenix.
narrative, I think.
No, I didn't say that he's not. I'm just saying
Okay.
that I'm just laughing at the fact that they got QCK specifically to be the guy to do this thing that they're gonna do this like they have to because it's the patch. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he was Phoenix for most of that time too until they finally put him on Jet.
The thing is with Loud, it's the same as what we're talking about with NAVI. They don't make champs. There's changes. Changes are coming.
I think they're losing
Allowed.
Sadok. I think they'd lose Sadok. I mean, just the amount of stuff that he's
would
talking
be
about
crazy.
is, yeah, he's not happy at that team right now.
The vibes are a bit off. The family is a
Rupturing again.
little fractured right now. You know,
But maybe it'll be like they've just discovered their son who got switched at birth and was at another family for most of his life, and they've just gotten him back, and the vibes are gonna be so happy, and they're gonna be a loving household for him. And
I don't know if the Godfather dies though at the end of the year, it might all crumble
well, yeah,
apart.
but they can save him.
Football
They can save him still.
Pàncada, you gotta save him.
All right, we've talked enough about the big family. Let's get into the thing.
This is gonna be a
The
nice, easy
thing.
exercise.
The hardest power rankings, I think, by far,
This
out of
is-
everything we've done. Let's pull it up, Kurt, and check in what we. had
you know what we
last
could
time.
do? We could just let Kurt start again and just
I
and
think
just
they'll
say
make
yeah.
it. Yeah, we'll just get fucking more lost.
You're gonna put this on me?
No. I want to start
pretty
this one
sure
from scratch.
this is the hardest power ranking we've ever done.
Yes.
Let's start with 11. Loud.
Oh, wow, god damn.
Vans wants to put the
Christ.
3 Brazilians bomb. He
You know,
wants
but
to
it's
put the
not
3
that far
Oh.
off. Like thinking about.
Right, we can start with 10 and 11.
Can we,
Yeah,
can
it's
we just
Furia
get
MIBR.
a fresh
It might be
slate?
a Furia, yeah.
We can start with 10
Fresh
and 11.
slate.
Okay, take everything else off, because none of this shit makes sense anymore.
The lead
Nice
three.
NRG number 1. Good job, guys.
We're so right.
All right. I can't
All
believe
right.
we
Here we
had.
go.
Okay. That looks like a mess, but it's fine. That's part of the
That's
charm.
fine. Let's
Uh,
work
Is
bottom
it
up.
Furia
This
or
works.
MIBR bomb? I think let's start there.
I think this is correct.
Ah,
Right.
like MIBR
MIBR hasn't
bomb?
won a map like it's,
That's fair. They do have 3 new players though.
and yeah, it's just a fucked. It's all- it's
C9
all
is
chalk.
not 9th.
Ooh,
is
are they
not
not?
yet?
See, this is where it gets tough though.
Hold on.
Is it?
Oh, but
Are
that
you
might be-
arguing that they're even close? Nah, I think it low key might be. Let's not go there right now, but I think it low key might be the 3 Brazilian teams.
Okay, let's start towards the
Oh,
top,
I
and then let's
disagree.
go back to the middle.
Wait, even the top's hard to do.
Yeah.
It is.
Top
It
is
is.
difficult.
But I want to sandwich this. My pitch, Sentinels. They
I knew somebody
had
was going to do this.
they had a great run. Obviously, they were the winner. They were the winner of Madrid. They came back home. They had very short turnaround time. They lost some close matches. They struggled a little bit. Now, they've been in fucking Cancun, living up the good life for a while. They're coming back into a patch change. They're a team who has proven to be good at innovating early on. Zekken can play Neon if he wants to. America starts week 1 on the new patches.
Neon,
yes, they have a
Zekken Neon, 10's ISO.
Yes,
Yeah.
literally,
Those are fucking-
who's
they're
going to
kinda
beat
good.
that?
They're kinda
Zekken Neon, 10's ISO. It's
Yeah.
insane.
Zekken's gonna
And-
pop off with that duo for
I'm
sure.
not gonna lie. This team with a little bit of time, Kaplan can like grow his hair back, calm down after probably the most stressful like 2 months of his life. They are gonna be rejuvenated, and I can't see the same argument for any other team at number 1.
I would say you could put any of 100 Thieves, G2, or Sentinels in number 1. I think you can make an argument. That would be my top 3 in some order, and I don't
Sure.
care what order you put those 3 in. Personally, don't fucking put left
Don't
4.
put left 4.
Don't you
Get
fucking
him
dare
out of
put
there.
left 4. You put left anywhere near 4, and I'm gonna have a fit. Those 3 though, I think at the top, I'm fine to put in any order. I might put 100 Thieves above Sentinels, but I don't.
Does anyone have a strong opinion on number 1 besides Sen?
No, you had me convinced on the
I have a
Sentinels
strong
pick.
opinion that is not Sen.
Okay.
That's my thing. Because
You want to put 100 Thieves there?
I would rather put 100 Thieves or G2, and I would maybe throw another team in there.
Ooh.
What team?
Like in the 3rd, 4th area, Cloud9.
Really? C9
Yes.
that high?
Yes, bro, they fucking cooked in the regular
I'm down for the
season.
C9, but
They
the,
were
the-
absolutely insane in the regular season. They lost the best of 1. Like, it happens.
Yeah, they lost to G2 and 100 Thieves. Were the only 2 teams throughout the season.
Yeah. And it was also the like upswing from both of them, right?
You
100
have to
Thieves at
put
the end of the
G2
regular
above
season.
Cloud9. You have to put G2
Yeah,
ahead of
and I would say
You're saying
like,
they're both
100
Sen.
Thieves or G2 I don't have a strong opinion about, and then I'd have Sentinels in 4th, Cloud9 in 3rd.
4th?
Whoa!
Hmm.
4th?
You're fucking spicy.
Bro,
No.
look, they lost, dude. They
No,
had
I
a
don't
lot
agree
of
with you.
time to fucking start winning those last matches. But the last 3 weeks or whatever, like last 2 weeks or whatever, you can't use that same excuse. Like for some reason they just didn't click down the line, and they lost to what? EG. Who did they lose to? Like
EG
teams-
and Loud.
EG and Loud. And Loud right now, like Loud was one of the worst teams in the regular season the entire time. Like,
But to be
That's
fair, they
unfair.
looked way better that match. This like
yeah,
Sen
and maybe
played
they
both
maybe
Loud
they
and EG
played
when
up.
they had their big
both,
resurgence.
Both of those teams maybe played up, but Sentinels played a lot worse than they should
Sure.
have after 3 weeks of play.
But I really don't want to be recency biased to the last like 2 matches they had. I think if you look at their year and the history and the potential
point of a
this team
power
has-
ranking, is it not?
No, power is like the potential like power we think they'll have in this season, not what they had at the end of last season.
Yeah, sure, but
That-
you can't rate you have to. The
No, it
potential
begins.
is a thing that you can rate, but it's not the main thing. The main thing is the current form. And
But we
you're-
don't know the current
We don't
form.
know the
What do
current
you
form with
mean?
this
and that's the reason why these are always bullshit in the first place.
but what's
we
the
do it
difference between potential
anyways.
and
True
current
as
form?
hell. Wait, curveball. Maybe that's why I wouldn't put 100 Thieves at the top, though, Bala. I feel at this patch of
Whoa.
8-11 would, I mean, I think this might be a fall of not putting Cry on Duelist anymore, you know? What would be Cry be playing? I think this patch might put 100 Thieves in dire
you're
positions for
spitting
roles.
facts. You're spitting facts there. So move G2 up to first place.
Fuck it. Let's put G2 1.
Yeah, let's go.
Fuck
Let's
it.
move G2 up.
Hey,
Let's-
they came top
Yo.
of all these shit America's
That
teams in
argument
Shanghai.
is very good. Enough for me to think 100 Thieves down one more step. Move Cloud9 up one more. Like that's
You're not putting Cloud9 in
putting
fucking
Cloud9
second.
too.
We are being fucking.
No.
You're doing the Bren thing where you've just like got a little random number generator. You put where should I try and argue for C9, and it's come out with number 1, and you're trying to like mind meld us to get them up there slowly. This is
I'm not
bullshit.
the imposter. No, I'm not the imposter. This is just.
There's
I
no
don't think
way
you-
you think
I
C9
don't
is
think
the-
you
what
can
has C9 done? Have they paid you to do this? What?
Regular season, bro, they're gonna fucking cook again every single time. I don't know what you want from me, man. They went 4-1. They fucking cooked in the regular season. They looked insane, and then they lost one match. Where's the recency bias now? Okay,
Did they look insane through all of those games? I distinctly
the
remember a
teams-
game
what do
they
you
played
mean
against
recent
Leviathan where they were definitely not insane.
That was
and it was one of the
literally
worst
week
games.
1.
Yeah, but you're
bro.
counting that as one of their wins, which it does. But like, it was fucking awful. And yeah, they played. I agree with you to an extent that, like, you know,
I'm just
I
saying.
like that you have a hopium for a team, but I've got fucking more hopium for other teams that have a much worse record that I think are going to be good.
I
fucking
don't think Cloud9.
EG.
Yeah, fuck yes. Let's talk
Fuck
about EG.
yes,
I
let's
wanna
get
put EG up
fuck
there.
off, Cloud9. Get EG
way
in
up
there.
No, but no, you're not putting them in top 4. Like, what are you talking about? The thing is, bro, you can't. Other than G2 and 100 Thieves, I don't see an argument for anybody in the top 2. So one team is gonna be not
You
deserving
can't
of
see
being
the
there.
Sen- wait.
Sentinel's
How
peak
can you not
is
see a
higher than
Sen
Cloud9's
argument for
peak.
top 2?
Yeah, I
Because
honestly
of-
think
because of
100
everything
Thieves
that
is
happened at the
dropping
last
even
split.
more.
But you're only counting that.
Oh my
what about
goodness.
the rest of the year? What about all the
Yeah,
other
the rest of
things
the
we
year's great,
discussed?
dude. Dude, they can get right back to that, and that'd be really nice. But I just don't see it happening right at the beginning of the split right now. Other than with the like, if you really think about the Neon stuff, whatever, yes. But bro, I don't know, man. The recent form was very disappointing, and
Your argument. If you think about the patch they'll be playing on, yeah, I agree. But if you think about what happened a month ago,
that's me with the calculations right now. Me. Like, what do you want?
like, I want Sentinels to not be wherever the fuck they are right now.
Yeah.
I want another argument. Vans, where is Sentinels?
Sentinels is actually number 2 for me, and 100 Thieves will drop it even more. I'm actually along the line of like the Cloud9 kind of thing, like 3rd and 4th. I'd be down for that. But
This
I
is my
don't-
argument. I sent this to Kurt to show to Bala, just to remind him.
Yeah, put Sentinels back up there. Put Sentinels back up there. I think Sentinels number 2 is actually very good. I would agree with that. You sold me on the whole ISO Neon with Zekin and Tens. That could work. But I also, hot take for me, I think 100 Thieves definitely goes a little bit lower than that too. I would put
Fuck
like
me. What is the?
Damn.
That's crazy.
Damn, that's not
Dude,
what
you
I was
guys
expecting
hate
to
100
happen.
Thieves, and Josh
I
is
do
not
not
even
hate
here.
100 Thieves. I was
Dude.
probably like the biggest bandwagoner of 100 Thieves going into like America.
And they look good.
Brazil,
And they
800 Thieves.
They do.
They lost
do.
to the 2 finalists,
They
and they
do.
beat
You guys
me
are-
too twice in a row.
I just feel like the patch doesn't
Vans's
help them.
point is actually so like a lot relies on Cryo playing fantastic. And do any of you guys think he's gonna pick up the new agents?
Yes.
No.
That's right.
Who's
But we're
speaking about?
3 saying no.
I don't know. I personally, I'm happy with them at 3. I think that's my top 3. I like.
No, but
the
answer
top
the question
3.
real quick. Answer the
No, 'cause,
question.
like
though.
Cryo, like he's gonna play fucking Brim on Bind still. He's
Brim and
proven
Gecko.
that he's proven that he can play enough of like Astro. Maybe he fucking picks up a Clove on Icebox or some shit. I don't know, like
Yeah.
whatever, right? I think that he can do that well enough that they'll be fine. I think the 100 Thieves' biggest problem will be that the fact that their map pool is way too, like, they have Bind, which is obviously incredible, but then outside of that, some of the other maps, as we saw, like when they played Team Heretics on Sunset, like if they don't have enough different ideas, right? That's my main issue for 100 Thieves, and you're now adding in a different map, so like that's a whole nother map that they need to work on as well. Like that's, I think, their problem going forward. And can they fix that? I don't know, but I still think that the peak that we've seen from 100 Thieves in general is worthy of them being like in the top 3. Certainly not lower than 4th.
Not
But-
lower than 4th. Not lower than 4th.
Sure. I'm fine with them 3. I want to make the argument again that I don't think G2 should be number 1.
Oh man,
And
why
this
are we going
isn't
back
even-
to this?
this
I
isn't
thought we
even-
were
no, no,
done.
no, no,
I
no,
thought
no,
we
no,
were
no.
happy.
This isn't even about Sentinels. This is about G2. G2 had if we're doing the thing where we're going back in time and we're rewinding all the way through. They had a run where they looked kind of rough on group stage. They got a couple big wins towards the end. They make it to playoffs. They lose to 100 Thieves in a close game. They beat Leviathan in the sloppiest, like second sloppiest game of all time after the Lev Cloud9 game. Then
That's a
they
theme.
get crushed in the finals against 100 Thieves. They show up to an international event. They have really good prep against T1. They look good in that series. They win them. They have a comeback against Heretics. They have good prep and they play pretty well. Great coordination against a pANCada who looks in really rough form. And then they play Heretics again and have a crazy comeback on their opponent's permaban. Then they get crushed by Gen.G and Team Heretics. I think the team is really good. I think they had a great run. I think the prep, the calling throughout was on point. I think a lot of their players were playing super well, but they're going to have super minimal turnaround time. There is a massive patch change coming in. And I think when we've watched historic matchups between them and the other top 3 teams, they have always lost.
My thing with G2 though is I think I agree with like everything you just said. Good for you.
Good.
But I think that they'll get better. I think that the run is like exactly what they needed. I think that they've always had a bit of an identity of like, especially maybe coming as the Ascension team as well, always that kind of like bit of a chip on their shoulder, like, oh, we're kind of the outsider stuff. I think now they'll just be like, we're fucking good. Like, we finished 3rd in that tournament. And I think they won't suffer from the, like, you'd rather have a bronze medal than a silver medal. Bronze medalists are more happy than silver medalists.
They also won on comebacks, and they've also done it on like the biggest stage so far of their career, where like fucking America's stage is gonna be fucking Mickey Mouse for them. This is gonna be very easy.
New question though. Do you think Icy is playing ISO and Neon and performing?
But look, we don't even fucking know if ISO or Neon will even be that fucking good. Like, I know that everyone's the game is broken and ranked. I understand that, but in terms of like pro play, it might be fucking dog shit. Right? Like, we don't know. And so I don't think it really matters until someone proves that they can. And you're not going to play fucking ISO every map. He might get, like, some pick on, like, some maps.
No, you're absolutely right.
They're not, like, you're not, what? ISO's going to be in the fucking, is this our new Ascent meta? Our new Ascent meta? Fucking ISO? Let's get him in there? No, it's not going to fucking happen.
If anything, if I don't think about ISO, but I just think about how Neon has found, like, some nice little boosts recently, right? Like Meiy been playing it well. Some other players are able to pick up Neon and play it very well. I think this new patch with the Neon buffs and potentially even breach support. Now you have to think about that initiator role for that double pop and the fast pace that this game could potentially switch to now in this new patch.
I got fucking news for you though, Vance. These pro teams stick to what they know. They are conservative calls. They don't look for they won't even had that much time to work with the changes, right?
But so that's why I'm talking about the teams that
if you've got a player who's got 1,000 hours of Raze and 2 of Neon, I don't fucking care how good they're gonna pick Raze because you're gonna be better at Raze than you are. This is why no one fucking played Euro. It's gonna take a whole off season, in my opinion.
I mean, Energy tried it with Demon 1 to put him on Raze when he was playing like Jet nonstop too. So some teams are definitely going to try it, and they're going to have to, because if you're just going to stay conservative, you're going to fall behind in the meta, and you're just going to get fucked.
You've learned the wrong lesson from that, Vance, because NRG was shit with Demon 1 on Raze. Which is just another, it's a more proof of like, don't do what they did, because that was shit.
But other teams that switch those over have done very well. If you're looking at what Cryo has been flexing into, going into that mid-stage 1 towards the end for 100.
What are we arguing about the power ranking here? I've lost the point.
I mean, no, but there's people have made a lot of points about the patch and given Sentinels a buff, downgraded 100 Thieves because of the patch, and like blah 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 blah. So like your argument is that the patch doesn't matter as much.
No,
I think it's going to matter a lot.
Yeah,
it's 8-11. We have 5 weeks of play. I think by the time we get into like any, you have to abuse what's going to be good right now.
Yeah, but I think like trying to argue like, oh, but this team will therefore be better. Like, to me, unless you've got someone like Meiy who you've seen play a fucking Neon really well, like who gives a shit? Like as if no one, like, even if teams do play ISO, what, ISO's the fucking easiest stage. What, you press fucking E and then you peek a corner?
To be fair, he has one ability.
Who can't fucking play that? Like, that's the easiest shit in the world. Like, what do you mean? If you could shoot, you can shoot.
I feel that ISO's kit, aside from the double tap, just the double tap in itself makes him such a good agent overall.
Tap?
Like the fucking shield.
Caster.
Yeah, the shield thing. Sorry.
You're good.
The shield shit that he puts up is already going to make his kit already good, because you could probably do some good trap plays with his vulnerability, and that adds a lot into like the defensive side as well. But
I don't believe in that.
But ascribing this to certain teams, I think, is just a futile thing.
We're off the
we've seen it.
We're off the goop. Let's get back to power rankings. Pull up the
Cloud9
power
on
rankings.
4th. Fucking move him down to 6th.
So based on that, then I would put Crew at 4th, right? Crew 4th.
No.
Why?
Meiy,
Why is
goated.
why no for Crew 4th? Crew's fucking amazing right
No.
now.
No.
Mimi, who's better, Crew or EG?
EG,
Crew-
absolutely EG.
EG, Crew
Oh
or
my
Cloud9?
God, the NA bias is
It's
fucking
not
crazy.
NA bias. It's fucking. It's that EG at the end of the season looked
I'm putting him in
really
fourth.
good. They
I
won their
want to
last
put
two
EG in
seasons.
fourths too, but I'm looking at this
Let's do
power
it then.
rankings and I'm
Let's
just
do it.
looking. This shit is fucking crazy, and the fact
Yeah,
that we're
don't care.
disrespecting Crew, not by their placement, but just by the way that we fucking breathe their name in these fucking power rankings.
No, but I'm talking. I'm not. Crew's a great team, but I'm talking about EG, who I am super high on at the end of their
I know,
season.
but
Jaw
you know
found
what I'm
himself
saying?
again.
No,
A-Buff was great.
we literally brought up Crew and we were like,
No.
nah, let's talk about EG instead. Like, you
Okay,
know what I'm saying? Like,
here's the
fucking
thing, Bob.
disrespect
Here's the
is
thing, Bob.
insane.
If we're gonna compete with the Joe Rogan podcast, we have to be controversial.
But we're not controversial. If we were controversial, we'd finally rate Crew fucking correctly for once
Well,
in
let's
our
put Crew
goddamn
fifth.
lives.
Put
They're
fifth.
fifth. They're
Yeah.
fifth.
Fifth. I'm happy. Look,
Yes.
I think Crew are better than Cloud9. I think they're a similar sort of team, and I would take Crew in that similar sort of team. Kind of vibe. This,
Well, you know
look at
what?
this
The
fucking
7 to 9
power
kind of-
ranking, man. Oh my goodness. Look
Wait,
at the
this
right hand side of that screen.
7 to 9 kind of based, right? The right side's based.
Yes.
I
Loud
put-
above Lev. Loud
But
above
yes, yes. Get Lev down
Please.
there. Fuck Lev.
I know you guys hate Lev right now, but like, is that
But Loud
true?
on shit.
I
Loud
know
above-
they're
Loud
not.
above- Okay,
And
history
neither
ball.
are Lev,
Yeah.
but like they look shit because of the stuff that they do recently, but they still fucking qualify for Shanghai and they still beat teams that they should a lot of the times.
But counterpoint, Loud have never looked bad after a roster change. Like straight out the gate, they always win their first game.
But
They
they've
always
also
start
never
strong
been
early.
in this situation, like as dire of a situation
What do
as
you
this.
mean?
This is the
They
worst.
lost
This is their
us,
most.
boss.
This is their most losingest year ever. Like I think the roster changes are a little bit more desperate here. Like
Sure.
you're
Yeah,
not
the
latching
changing-
on to some
yeah.
vision or anything with Loud right now. You're fucking hoping that pAncada is a beast, and he probably is. But like, I don't know,
Loud
man.
above Lev.
I'm personally for Loud above Lev because there's no fucking way. Like that Loud will at least, in my opinion, Loud will make the playoffs. Loud will be at least 6 when it all kind of shakes out. But
The reason I'm probably gonna be okay with this is that I think Lev after their Shanghai will implode even further, and I don't think that they'll have like a
well, there you go.
because aren't they gonna play with a sub? No, what the fuck
No,
is happening?
Aspas is
With,
there, I think.
Alsos is back. They have a new coach.
The problem for
Is
us
there
with
gonna be
this-
resurgence? I mean,
There-
shit,
There
Their
maybe.
new
always
coach
is.
is the old assistant
maybe.
coach, right?
Yeah,
Ito
Ito
Pata.
Pata.
Yeah, Pata, sorry. And then
Yeah.
Juvie joins them as well. They work together with TSM.
Juvie or who's
Juvenile.
I thought you
Juvenile,
said
yeah.
Juvenile.
Yeah, sorry,
yes.
Juvenile. So Juvenile had some experience already. They worked together for TSM. Juvenile also has had a good run with Calm back in like what?
Like, who worked together
a
on
crew?
TSM?
A crew, the old crew.
I think it's only-
A
Ito
Cruz
Tapa.
Strawless.
Yeah,
Ito Tapa worked
with-
on TSM.
If I'm not mistaken, with Juvie, yeah, they did work together.
Oh shit!
Yeah, so there is like still coach synergy in there. That's why you get. I think it was
Dude, the
maybe a
coaching staff
surprise.
synergy is like almost anti-synergy with the fucking. I'm sorry, but like, it just makes no sense to me that you're just taking this Latam team and taking all the fucking the TSM coach. And, that's crazy to me.
I mean, they probably put a lot of money into Aspas, whoever else they had to pick up to make this international roster. So, like, with the budget that you have to bring whatever synergy you had, right?
Well, but bro, they got the Messi budget, bro. They fucking dropped bags for Aspas and Calm in the offseason. I don't know.
Dude, they're not paying. Messi's not giving him.
Messi's crew.
Messi's crew.
Who
Messi's
the
Papa.
fuck is who's left then? I don't know, man.
You're
Some
talking about
fucking-
disrespecting the Latam teams. You don't even know who Messi joined. Oh my god.
Look, I'm just trying to put respect on the teams, man. I'm a fucking dumbass American. I watch NBA, man. Like, let me fucking get LeBron on one of these teams, and we could talk. But I don't know. I don't follow
Shaq's
football.
on NRG, so you
Yeah, he is.
Put him
you
up,
must
put
like
him up.
NRG, right?
Oh, wow, wow. See, now
Okay.
that's crazy. You think my allegiance is just got? That's crazy.
See, now if we're being real here, people are
That's
going to look at this list
crazy.
and people are instantly going to say, why the fuck are EG fourth? Like I was shocked because I was gonna make a statement about I was
Dude,
gonna
I
make my
love
argument
EG, man.
to
Yeah, same.
everyone about why EG
Just-
needs to be fourth, and
You
you
can
guys were
say
just like,
anything,
yeah,
no,
put
no,
EG
you
we'll
are
lap it
100%
up,
around.
bro. We'll
I
lap
believe.
it up.
Jorgamo raided me. He said, "I'm making champs no problem, bro." And I was like, "Well, there you go. You're gonna be at least fourth." So there you go.
How'd you know he did that for me?
What? I've just been stun locked. I've just been stun locked.
Oh, end the episode, end the power rankings, end the plot chat forever.
Yeah.
Are you
Bring back
locking
the
this in?
Blitz. Save
Oh.
us. Where's Wilkinson?
Cloud9 above crew.
Cloud9 above crew? No, respect my LATAM team.
I think
Cloud9
this is a
above crew.
terrible
No.
list for what it's worth. So
We should have like.
Wait,
Kurt
what?
do it.
What do you have, Kurt? What do you think? You think energy allowed should be higher?
I think,
Ooh.
No, don't
I
move
think you do
Zen
this.
down. Zen is
Um,
not 3. And G2 is still not 1.
also,
by the way.
I think dude, you guys.
I'm happy with that.
So-
honestly,
I'm
You
guys.
guys-
telling you, man, these patch changes.
Oh
are
my
gonna
God,
fuck
he's
some-
even
What?
more NA biased. This is
Oh,
crazy.
what? All
No,
five,
no, no.
all
Oh my
five
God.
LATAM
No,
teams
no.
in
This
the
is
bottom.
insane.
No,
Kurt,
no,
fix
no.
it.
This
You
is
can't let them. No, Kurt, they're coming for us already, man. They're fucking. My phone has been ringing the last 20 seconds.
I don't even. I don't want to rate Sentinel.
Put them
Oh! Put him up! Turn him upside down! Turn him upside down!
Turn them upside down, but put them in first.
Sentinels go off the island. They go to the island. That's
They
my
literally
ranking.
are. They're in Cancun. This shit's crazy.
By
So
them
that's
2
my
hours.
rankings. Sentinels on
Cancun
the
is not
island.
an
I think we send this. I think we send this.
No, please put it back. It was at least
Latam
fine
is
where
an
it
island,
was.
Mimi.
Was it? Auntie, but that's the thing.
Entire
Is that any
region.
better?
Latam's an
I think
island.
Kurt's list is just as
The
good.
Panama Canal doesn't make it an island.
It's an island.
Everything's an island then. A continent is
higher.
a landmass.
All right, let's do the. Let's do something else.
What of the first game? Wait,
Go.
Sentinel's number. Put it
Wait,
up.
so who am I today? Who am I?
You
Josh.
once again are
right.
Wilkinson.
Wilkinson.
You are yet another person
Send energy.
saving his
Match of the week. How,
Get a
how's
bucket.
Timmy
Get,
doing?
put the bucket on.
Oh, shoot. I gotta press some buttons. I'm tired. Whew.
We're almost done.
Ooh-wee.
We're almost done.
Press this button.
It's the only bucket I have.
I think this button. Is this the correct button? I think it's the right one.
Yay.
Yay. Oh no.
Hey,
Oh,
go
no.
back to the power rankings. Move Sentinels down. They
Dude,
got
you
the
guys are-
guarantee. It's fucking over. It's over.
All right, I've been glazing Sen enough. Someone else want to give the case?
I don't think we need to. Let's just move on.
Yeah.
Okay, it's a guarantee.
Yeah.
Wait, Vans, you would have gone for Sen over NRG? You
Would I
agree?
have gone Sen over energy? Yes.
Okay,
Okay.
great.
There you go.
Next match, Fury 100 Thieves.
Well, this one we can smile.
I think all of these joints, man.
Guarantee.
Yeah. Guarantee.
Ooh,
No
this
Uh,
next one.
Fury
this
was-
next one. I hope it's a guarantee.
Loud versus EG.
Have you guys been cooking? Josh is gonna be the fucking one.
Oh!
I knew it was gonna be Josh, man.
I just wanted to take a screenshot.
I knew Josh was gonna ruin this shit.
Go on,
Josh
Vans,
fucked
jump
it
on.
Oh,
You
No,
know,
I don't
button.
have anything on that, dude. I'm going for EG. I was.
Yeah,
so
let's
excited.
go.
I just
Let's
talked
go.
about the pAncada thing with the role issues and everything for Loud. I'm the Brazilian hater. There's no way I'm gonna put Loud that's gonna win this against EG on week one.
See, when I said you hate Brazil before, you're like, I don't hate Brazil, and then
Yeah,
later
but I
on,
just
I'm
I
the
gotta go into
Brazilian
a role,
hater.
you know?
Quote.
I gotta go into
Yeah.
a role. I
Dude, I can't believe you hate the country Brazil.
Dude, I love
Yeah,
Loud.
that stuff. The L.
L.
yeah, that's
It's
what
a
it stands
guarantee
for.
though.
It's
Yeah, EG.
Yeah.
EG are
Easy.
so sick.
God.
God,
They-
this is definitely gonna be the guarantee rankings.
Oh, we missed it. All good.
They
This
were
is gonna bring the win rate down of the rankings for sure.
yeah, but they
Yes.
were sick at the end
But
of the
no.
season.
You believe?
I believe. I
thought
believe
I was gonna be
like,
the only one to
decent
spread
margin.
EG, and here
No,
we
no,
are.
no.
I was hoping so bad for EG to qual, but Loud had to ruin it by beating, or actually G2 had to ruin it by playing like ass in the
Yes.
last game
You
against
did
Loud.
G2.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah.
eh.
And now they're fucking number 1 on the power ranking. Crazy.
What is this angle?
It's a very visual episode, I think.
That's so funny.
POV, you're in the computer.
All right,
Oh
we
my
got one
God.
more, right?
One more. G2, Cloud9.
Ooh,
Okay.
there you go. There you go.
3 G2, 1 Cloud9. Ball taking the punt.
Yeah. This is it. It's. Is it a punt?
A little bit.
This game could
Dude,
go either
y'all
way.
were just arguing for G2 number 1. It's
And I was arguing for Cloud9 top 3. Like I'm saying, man. Like there's.
Wait, Vans, would you have gone G2?
Yes. Well,
Okay.
this is new patch now. I mean, really kind of slaps on Breach. You know? Recency bias, G2. Recency bias, G2.
Okay.
I'm tired of making you mull TMB. I feel bad. I apologize. It's like
No,
probably the
I'm
first time we
used
get
to
to
it.
like hang out together. I'm just fucking making you mull all day.
No, don't.
I don't even know if that's intentional at that point.
No,
I think.
don't worry about it.
I think Cloud9 has Cloud9 has games that are just really, really bad, and so does G2. And so does G2.
No, I wouldn't be
Now
shocked
I'm
if
trying
it's
to
only
figure
one.
out which one is going to happen here, and I'm lean more towards G2. And for the first time, and I hate to bring up the patch, but for the first time after watching the Pacific games, I still believe that the Americas teams that came back from Shanghai are going to be behind, are going to need time to get back integrated. And with the fact that Americas is actually playing on patch 6.11, I think this is it. I think it's going to happen.
Yeah, gonna be a nerf early on, because that is the thing really. Of course, like G2 and 100 Thieves won't have had any time to play on Haven, probably. Like that is a bit of a problem for those teams. So yeah, I mean personally I wouldn't be that shocked. That's the thing. That's why this America's Power Ranking is so hard, because like from 1 to 9, if you asked 1,000 people, they would probably give you 1,000 different lists. I think.
Yeah.
Because Cloud9 could beat G2. It wouldn't shock me. But I'm in on G2. I'm in on the G2 growth.
True. Agreed. Understandable. That's it. We're done. We're done with predictions. Oh my god.
Dude,
We
that
did
was
it.
crazy.
We did a chat.
Dude, I don't even know where we ended for power rankings. I'm just going to see it on Reddit later and just die.
Kurt, this episode's been too long. Why don't we save this GC stuff, because there's been more news for next week.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Because there's been a bunch more stuff too. So we'll talk about the GC news and stuff like that next week. We can do a little topic then.
Dude, we have so much to talk about next week. Like we're going to do
Yeah.
recaps. Like we're going to we will fall behind eventually, and something is going to fall off. But we haven't talked about the patch. We haven't talked about the new map. We haven't talked about fucking
Don't worry, I'll give you the TLDR on the new map. It's shit.
Cool. All right, bet.
All right. Well, thank you very much, TMV, and Vance, thanks for coming on last sec.
Thanks for having me.
And-
It was super fun.
For real though.
We have
Thank
one
you,
more
guys.
topic.
We have one last topic though.
Wyatt's
The
Weekly
most important one. You're
Do
goddamn
we get a
right.
new little thing here?
It's Wyatt's Weekly Award.
I said to him, "You won the weekly award."
Boo this man. Get him out of here.
Get off
Cut
the
him.
stage.
That guy ruined our episode, which was still a good episode, but ruined it.
All right.
Boo.
I think
didn't
the
think I'd be
obvious-
hosting
I
this
think
week,
the
so-
obvious dubs are
On screen
right
right
here.
now.
Yeah. Everybody.
No. It's you guys.
No, it's all of
We
us.
weren't going to give it to
including
you, Vans, you fucking
We're gonna
idiot.
give
We
it
were
to
gonna
you. You have to
TMV.
share it.
Thank you.
What?
All right.
I
This
was
week's
gonna be on the fucking episode anyway. I didn't fucking do anything. Well, actually, I did. I was meant.
Weren't
to
you
not
going to be
here at the
swapping with
Pacific.
Meiy? Yeah.
Yeah, I did, but I mean, that was-
I was gonna say 2 pitches for Wyatt's Weekly Award. Number 1, Vans and Sliggy for coming in last second, clutching up. That's sick. The other one would be for another combined one to Mel and Alexis, who just won their 10th Game Changers North America tournament, which is also pretty sick.
Yep.
What do you guys think? Nepotism or 10 tournament wins in a row?
I would offer
basically in a row?
Sideshow's PC for getting him off this fucking episode.
a good
I
one.
think we give it to the players.
Yeah. Get
Yeah, that's a better bet. Yeah. Mel and Alexis from Cloud9 to Shopify Rebellion, they've now won 10 of these tournaments. That's not including Game Changers Championship and the one before that. But pretty cool. They're pretty good at the video game. They almost didn't win this time. Yeah, it's still version 1.
This is insane.
Holy.
But the thing is, it's VLR probably, just not caring.
Trolling, because all the rest of them don't have headshots, but they definitely do.
Yeah.
True.
But yeah, that's the Wyatt's Weekly Award. Thank you guys so much for watching. This has been one of the episodes of all time, most certainly. We'll be back next week for 181, when we will continue to be far behind what we're supposed to be talking about with a random assortment of people. So thank you, TMV and Vance again, and for Sliggy subbing in. And let's go.
You didn't even
Let's
remember
get out of
Achilles
here.
was here.
Achilles? Oh my god, he was. Yep. Goodbye.
Bye.